All right, I am back once more. Uh, or at least I should be. I hope the mic's working. Still out there, and they're kind of just talking up a storm. So um, I'm just kind of curious what's going on outside. But yeah, third time's a charm. But with my luck, it's probably gonna be third time's the you know Olympian disaster. So um, I'm guessing the mic's working. I really hope. I don't know what happened with the internet. It was weird. It was like it told me I wasn't connected, but on the bottom of the screen I was connected. So I don't know what happened. It wouldn't reload YouTube for me. My phone was working just fine, so I don't know what happened. Um, I was wondering like why during the second stream I noticed like the views went from like 20 something straight down to like 3. And I was like, "What the where did everyone go?" And I scrolled all the way down to the bottom of the chat and it was like uh everyone was telling me that the stream was down. So I had no idea what happened. I didn't even know anything was wrong until I just scrolled down to the chat or through the chat. Um Thanks for letting me know though, because I would not have realized. I was too busy yapping. Um, you blow ass at streaming, my guy. That's why I barely do these, man. That's why I barely do these things. I don't know how to do this. That's why I give all my streams these goofy titles. Like, uh, I can't see what this one's titled right now, but yeah, slight stutter. Oh Jesus, are you sure it's not just me? Because I stutter all the time. I Da-da-da-da. Favorite licensed horror movie game? I don't really play video games. I don't dislike games. It's just we didn't really have games in the house when I was a kid, so I didn't really grow up with them. And when I got older, I didn't really invest in them. So I just never really been a gamer. I've never played a horror game. At least I don't think I have. Not a licensed one. At least I played like goofy little flash ones when I was a kid on computers. But Slendy Bob probably just disconnected my internet. I have him right here. He's right here above my head, just on a table. I'm sitting on the ground right now because I'm trying to work on something. Um, Jesus, there's so many. I'm sorry if I'm running late. Running late. What the? I'm sorry if I'm really delayed with the answering whatever you wrote. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. There is literally a Go Animate series called Allie Gets Grounded. How do you feel about that? I have not heard of this. Is this my alley? Is this are we talking Alice in Velvets or oh wait. Is there actually a Go Animate series based on my show? Oh man, if it's based on my show, I'm gonna do a live reaction right here. Hold up. Allie Gets Grounded, Go Animate. If you want me to react to that, give me a hell yeah. Holy Moses. It doesn't look like it's based on my character. I don't think it's based on my alley. Oh man. My mom's screaming at me thinking a genuine accident was intentional, but this stream is making me feel better. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, when are you gonna make the Pam Tree SpongeBob and a Don't hug me, I'm scared yellow guy puppet? Pam Tree I've started working on recently, but he's not done yet. And the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I've never seen that. I know what it is, but I don't really watch it. Um, I think there's a way you can show. Hold on. I think there's a way you can show like you drawn on live stream, just like record the camera you're doing and connect it to the animation software. Yeah, I was even thinking about doing a stream where you just watch me paint because I don't think I've ever made a video where I just paint. I've done shorts, but not like full on videos where I just see my paintings. A lot of people don't know that about me, that I paint a lot. Man, it's cold. Since you like making puppets, you should make a SpongeBob puppet. What's your opinion on Weird Al? I love Weird Al. He's the first concert I ever saw when I was a kid. What's your opinion on solar AI? I don't really know anything about it. I don't really pay attention to AI, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. Did Magic Sponge stop you because you're a non-believer? Oops. Hold on. What did I do? There we go. Where did the idea of Allie and Jay come from? They just seemed like, I don't know, sort of based on real people in my life. Kind of. Allie was based on someone. Jay was based on someone. But they don't really resemble the real people at all. Oops. Sorry, I accidentally clicked on a video on my phone. Uh, they don't really resemble the real people they were based on at all. It was just more like an appearance thing. I thought they just looked kind of cool. um, Allie was based on this idea of just a cool gal, you know? She's just cool. She got the boots and, just is into like horror movies and stuff. I know that's not a very satisfying answer, but why is it a black screen? Um, because I'm not smart. I don't know how to do these freaking stream things, man. I don't know anything about technology and all this, black magic computer nonsense that you kids are into. I don't know anything about that. So it's just a black screen, it's just audio. And the way I see it, you can just listen to me in the background while you guys are off doing whatever, while you're reading a book or doing dishes or something, whatever you do on a Saturday night. I'm just there in the background to chit chat and we can be buds, for an hour. Because God knows I don't know how to do anything else on this. I just do this because I'm bored. Does SCP-999 make little poops? I wouldn't know because I don't know what SCP-999 is. Have you ever had? Oh man, I'm really far. I'm really, really far behind with these comments. Blah, blah, blah. Have you ever had an idea of a cheap cartoon episode about SpongeBob? A few. I had one when I was younger. I don't know if I should tell you about it because I don't want to spoil it in case it ever does. No, I'm not going to make this one. A few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, um, I had an idea for an episode where Allie watches SpongeBob as a little girl, and then she becomes a fry cook because she loved SpongeBob so much. SpongeBob made being a fry cook look fun, and she gets a job as a fry cook, and she realizes that it's like really frustrating and you know irritating and hellish, and the fast food joint that she works for starts offering SpongeBob toys, and she goes on like a rampage, taking all the toys, going like, "It's your fault. This is all your fault." But I ended up not doing that because showing Allie in a job just seems kind of weird. I like her in kind of a Beavis and Butthead kind of scenario where she doesn't really have a job. Well, no, Beavis and Butthead had jobs actually. I guess that doesn't make sense, but I like her being the type of character where you only ever see her at home just hanging out, and you just wonder like, how does she pay for anything? I think that's always kind of a funny little thing for characters, just goofy characters. Your channel got me into indie art. I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. That's wonderful. Thank you. Where are you? Some scrap junk. uh, Do a stream where you make requested SpongeBob's. That would be kind of fun. That would actually be kind of fun. Somebody on Instagram commissioned for me to make a SpongeBob doll for them. He wanted me to make him a sponge bong. So I did. So maybe if somebody commissions me to make a SpongeBob doll, I'll make that on stream. Maybe. I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm making no promises. But that would be kind of funny. Didn't realize the bishop, president, magistrate, and the duke was in the duck short. I am so glad somebody knows what that is. I'm not going to say anything more because if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, then you just don't know. I thought it froze, but it was an ad. Oh boy. Yeah, yeah. There are ads on streams now, which is weird. I guess you can turn it off, but again, I'm not. I don't know the first thing about how any of this works. If I did, I would have actual visuals. If I knew how to actually make streams interesting. What if Allie meets the miracle machine from the Albuquerque movie? I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. It's Death Reaper 97. Hello. You're a great cartoonist animator. Thank you. We want white screen. Racist. Allie kind of reminds me of Beth from the Scream show. Which one's Beth? Is she the one that ended up being the killer? Or no, she was like kind of the killer, but not really. She was just like helping. I haven't seen the Scream show in years and I didn't like it, so. Are you going to do a reaction to our short film stream? Oh, your short film. You asked this in the first stream of the night, I think. The first or second stream I did tonight. So I guess you did a short film called Stream and you want me to react to it. I guess I could. I guess I could. I don't know when. I don't know if I'll do it right now or do it in a separate video, but maybe. Are you going to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 when it's going to release? Probably not. Only because I don't know the first thing about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I never seen the first one. I never played any of the games. I don't know what anything is. Uh, when did you first hear about YouTube? You know, it's funny. It's funny you say that because this has been bugging me for most of my life now. The first who asked that? Hold on. Demonkey or Demonkey VR. The first time I heard about YouTube was a friend of mine. I think we were in second grade, second or third grade, probably second grade. And she was telling me about YouTube. And she was just talking about, all these funny videos that she saw. And we didn't even have a home computer when I was a kid growing up, or at least not at that point in time. We didn't have a computer. So I had no idea what she was talking about. I didn't know what YouTube was. This concept of videos on the internet to watch was completely foreign to me. I might have been like, I don't know, 8 years old, maybe. I don't know. And she was talking to me about, yeah, YouTube. There's this funny video I saw about Dora the Explorer. And for years and years and years and years, I have looked up and down and all around trying to find what video she was talking about. It was some video she was telling me about. It was so funny about Dora climbing through the TV or something. And I really, really want to find that video because it's her telling me that story was my introduction to YouTube. And I just want to see the video that like got me interested in YouTube, that would be just cool. But I don't know what video she was talking about, and it's been so long that I barely remember what she said. And I have no idea where she is these days because she moved, I think, around fourth grade. So it's been years and years and years and years. That sounds like a pretty good episode idea. Go away. Go away. There we go. The royalty-free names I have come up with so far are, oh man, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these. But good effort though. Reminds me of the Muppet episode of the Cheap Cartoon Show. Yeah, yeah, it kind of yeah. You said you do a face reveal at 10K, but you never did. Where is it? It's in the Cosmos where it can roam and roam free. Are you aware of the fandom wiki for your characters? Yes. Yes, I am. And it's kind of funny. I'm always getting uh like people telling me like they changed something or added something. When will you make the green-sided SpongeBob from the show? I don't know. I do not know, but that would be. I don't want to do that one right now because I haven't really been. Here's the thing: the last few SpongeBob's I've made were pretty much just SpongeBob. You know what I mean? Like I did the Slendy Bob, which is just SpongeBob with a different face, and then I did the IRL SpongeBob. I want to do one that's like the next one. The next one I do. I want it to be different. You know, like actually different, and not just SpongeBob with a different face. You know what I mean? I think in the Slendy Bob video, we just cut to the chase. We're like, it's mostly SpongeBob anyways, so I didn't even show how I made the body or anything. What's the idea for the next SpongeBob doll? I'll give you a clue. It's the King. Albuquerque is the Weird Al anime. Oh, I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about. I recognize the thumbnail. Would you ever make a workable Big Bird costume? That would be hilarious. I would if I knew how to, but I don't know how to, and I don't know where I'd store it. Since I'm a oh man, hold on. Oh man, I'm really, really far behind on the comments. I'm sorry if I'm really missing anybody. Um, how could I do South Park animation? Because I don't have a laptop, just a phone, and me and my sister want to make our own episodes. Um, I know this isn't a very satisfying answer, but I would say just save up for a laptop. You know, because I don't really know how you would do it on a phone. I'm sure there is a way, but I don't know what it is. Just do your own research and see what you can figure out. That's what I did when I was a kid. You know, I didn't have no animation software. I didn't have any knowledge of animation, or at very least how to make it. I just did what I could with MS Paint, and that's what art's all about. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. That's what it's all about. You know, art's all about taking chances and being different and trying new things and you know, just doing whatever you just figure it out. That's not a very satisfying answer, but it's, you know, just figure something out. I might draw Allie sometime. I'll show it to you on a community post. Thank you, Media Pesky. I always appreciate getting fan art. It's really fun. What if you made a video where Allie and Jay meet or wait, what if you made a video where Allie and Jay met Jeffy, Marvin, and Rose and the other SML characters? I don't know the first thing about Super Mario Logan, so I don't know. I really don't know. Um, doesn't seem like my kind of thing, honestly. G has 1991 says hi. Let's do it in another stream. How are you doing today? I'm doing okay, but I'm kind of annoyed because I've had the house to myself all day, which is rare. There's always somebody here. So I was going to spend all day recording and doing voiceover for videos, you know? But my dog would not stop freaking barking. He would not shut up. Uh, but now I've started streaming, and all of a sudden he stopped barking. All of a sudden I don't hear no more barking. So I don't know what happened. I could have been spending this time doing some fucking, oh, I'm sorry, freaking voiceover, but no, because my dog would not shut up. First he chewed up my Slendy Bob, and now he's cutting into my voiceover time. Ugh. Plus, a moment ago, there were a bunch of kids running around like crazy people outside. There were like teenagers or something running around outside, and they were like running around in my yard and around cars in the neighbor's yard, and it was just really freaky because that we don't really get a lot of action where I live, at least not like that, not like at night, like kids just run around by themselves. It was really, honestly, really freaky, and I was actually kind of concerned because I don't really live in a particularly safe town. Um, but yeah, it was kind of freaky, and I kind of am thinking that's why my dog was barking like crazy because I'm worried now that maybe they were like sneaking around in the backyard or something. Um, yeah, I've always lived in kind of dangerous areas in California, but anyway, I just went off on a tangent. I'm doing okay. Could Allie beat up Mothman? I'm guessing you mean the cryptid. I don't know. Mothman can fly. I feel like he would be hard to catch. Since I'm attending a bootleg stream, I'm basically legally required to mention the Talking Kitty Cat series. It sounds familiar. Which one of your episodes that Chris Bores appears in? Chris Bores was in the Pac-Man episode. He was the one doing, or he was Slimer. He was the voice of Slimer in the Pac-Man episode. Pineapple. I can't do it, but yeah, that was him. That was Irate Gamer. That was Puppet Steve. Because I had Puppet Steve in one of my videos, I think that technically that means he was the biggest guest star I've ever had on my show was Chris Bores because he's Puppet Steve. Face it, breakfast is ruined. Like Chris Bores is a nice guy, but man, his videos and his speaking patterns are so bizarre sometimes. Back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, we had plenty of video games to choose from, but all of them were. I really wish I could do a Chris Bores impression. And then Puppet Steve is just his normal voice, but just wacky. Oh man, we're gonna open this toy, guys. Oh God, almighty. Sorry, Chris. Are you thinking about doing more Rolf reviews episodes? Yes. I just need ideas. Welcome back to Top 10 List. You just take that and pitch it up a bunch, and you've got that voice. Instead of stupid things killing, have you ever seen the weird slasher film known as Blood Rage? I have not. That dog Muppet. That reminds me of my own first YouTube videos I watched. I was really into Calvin and Hobbes as a kid, and all the first videos I watched were related to that, but I can't. Yeah. Oh, it's Nameless Octarian. I didn't recognize you for a second. I didn't read the name. Yay. I am really, 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 really far behind on these comments. I have to catch up. I like every SpongeBob you made. Well, thank you. Will you ever make a Wubsy? Will you ever make a Websy SpongeBob doll? Oh, holy Toledo! There's a really big. I don't know if that picked up on the mic. There was a really big firework outside, and it set off car alarms. Now a bunch of dogs are barking. I don't know if that picked up. That was that caught me off guard. Will you ever make a Wubsy doll? I don't want to because I don't want to because of the simple fact of the matter is I don't want to be a kid's entertainer. I don't want this channel to be for kids. I don't want my videos to be seen by kids. They're not made for kids. I know SpongeBob's a cartoon and all, but they're made from the perspective of a guy, remembering back and nostalgia and all that stuff. The SpongeBob videos are supposed to be like, hey, remember this from when we were growing up? Well, that sort of thing. I don't want to just make kid things, I'm not a kid's entertainer. I never wanted to be. I don't want to be. Making Wubsy, it's like, it's a kid's thing, it's a little kid's thing. It's like a preschool show. So I don't really want to. No disrespect to anyone who's into that, but I'm trying to say is like it's a kids thing. I don't want to be a kids channel. Oh, I was reading a comment and then it got retracted. I hope I didn't accidentally do that by clicking on it. I was literally reading somebody and somebody retracted their comment. Do sponge out of water when he has bubble superpower. That would be funny. It's a big He-Man body. Would you? Would you? Would you? Blah, blah, blah. You would trying to do the one SpongeBob that has kind of rounder head with goggles on? Oh, SpongeBob and Tehran or whatever that. Yeah, that thing. I would make Flash animations since I have a Flash player, but I don't have the Flash animation software. Do they even still make that? I have exported two Flash SWFS from Newgrounds, which play on Flash Player. Can you do your best live Eric Cartman? Oh man, I can't. Believe me, I've tried. I can't do a Cartman voice. I've tried to do a Cartman voice since I was in middle school. I can't do one. It's impossible. I can't do like the early seasons of South Park when he sounded like a pig. And I can't do the current one where he just kind of talks normally. It says, blah, blah." I can't do it. It's impossible. Whatever happened to Leif? There's an episode explaining what happens to Leif. I think it's called New Leaf, and it's on the channel. It's a re-upload, but it's on there. I won't say any more because you ought to just see it for yourself. Think for a video you could make a life-size model of SpongeBob's house. That would be cool, actually. That would be cool. I just don't know how I would do that. Guessing a lot of paper mache. Some of them still exist, like this mock-up of a movie trailer, a college project based on Revenge of the Babysat, and two different animations. Your arts and crafts videos really inspired to make my own C's. Eh, I am really flubbing this one. Your arts and crafts really inspired me to make my own OCs to figures and dolls. Thanks, man. Any advice for making clothes for characters? Oh, man. If you don't know how to sew, learn because that's going to be really, really helpful. Sewing, trust me, sewing is not that hard. You don't even need a machine. It's really easy. I taught myself. Oh, actually, no, my mom taught me, and then I just taught myself after a while. Um, but that's going to be really helpful because sometimes you go to you find fabric that you can use and you can sew clothes out of that. That's what I did for the geek doll. That's what I did for, or that's what I do for most of my crafts. But sometimes you find like you go to a thrift store and you find a doll or something with like a set of clothes that you can reuse. But let's say the arms are too short, or I'm sorry, the arms are ttoo long. You trim it up and you sew it down a little bit and you fix it. That would be my advice. If you don't know how to sew, learn because that is really helpful. Make Slendy Bob bite the dog. Aw. A couple days ago, I made a video where Baldy opens a mailbox and I included Ellie at the end as a cameo. I saw that and I thought that was funny. I rewatched those old Calvin and Hobbes videos and they brought me to tears. They weren't happy, they weren't sad. I honestly couldn't explain the feeling. I know that feeling. I know that feeling really well. I don't want to get into it right now because I don't want to start, you know, waxing poetic and getting all deep, man. But uh, we've talked behind the scenes, you and I. You know how I can get kind of emotional and not to break character, but you know what I'm talking about. We can talk about that behind the scenes, but I know exactly the feeling you're talking about. We make fun of 6'7" as if we didn't spam 21. I didn't do the whole 21 thing when I was a kid. I I would have been in my senior year of high school. I didn't really do the 21 thing. I thought it was funny, but I didn't really. I was more into like just random vines, like really random ones. I still don't know what the 6'7" meme is supposed to be. I don't know what it's from. I don't know anything about it. Boot, my mom's kind of homeless. God dang, I'm sorry to hear that. That is terrible. Hopefully that gets turned around soon because that is not fun. I live in California, man. There are homeless people up and down every street. um, and it's unfortunate. It's really scary and sad, especially in these winter months. The way you describe these kids reminds me of the Underworlders from Batman the Cult. Oh man. To me it sounded like the ending of Weapons. If you know, you know. That one Smiling Friends episode ruined Mothman for me. I don't watch Smiling Friends, so I'll take your word for it. I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing, of like that type of show. Hearing the Rolf voice without the filter is cursed as fuck. Welcome back to top 10 list. One of these days I might upload like a full on just that voice without the filter and just show you what you really need to listen to is when I'm done doing that voice. Because I when I record those videos or record any videos like voiceover, I'm recording for like 10, 16, 20 minutes. Doing that voice for like, 16, 20 minutes in a row, I sound like death at the end. My voice is hoarse and like I can barely talk. It's amazing. And the last one I did, the Burger King one, I had to sing in that. Like, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Like I was singing in the Rolf voice, and it was, oh man, that was painful. But it was worth it because it was a funny gag. Could I be a voice actor in your show? I want to be a voice actor, but I don't know where to start. Uh, I just need ideas. As long as you're above 18 or 18 plus and have decent recording tools like a decent mic or whatever. Um, Thinking maybe you could do Rolf reviews the Grinch meal. There's a Grinch meal from hold up. Hold up. There's a Grinch meal from McDonald's. Is that like a Canadian thing or a Mexican thing or is that like US? If that's US, I'm trying that. Hold up. I had the Grinch cakes from IHOP back when that awful Illumination movie came out, and they were actually pretty good. I actually really liked the Grinch cakes, even though it was embarrassing as balls to say, "Yeah, I'd like an order of Grinch cakes." I hate when restaurants give foods like dumb gimmicky names because they're embarrassing to order. But the Grinch cakes were pretty good. They had like some kind of frosting on them. Probably not the best for my health, but they were delicious. I don't know what the Grinch meal is though. What does that entail? It is in the USA starting December 2nd. What is it? What's in it? Pickle fries? I'm not really a fan of pickles. Wait, there's not even anything special about this. It's called the Grinch meal from McDonald's, right? The only thing that's different or new is they got pickle seasoning on their fries. They don't got a green bun. They don't got no freaking any kind of special cheeseburger, whatever. That's it. Dust on fries. That's the fucking big Grinch meal. Oh man, you guys step up your game, McDonald's. Man, that's ridiculous. Hold up, hold up. I quiet down a bit because I quiet down a bit because those kids are back. For those who missed out, earlier tonight when I was streaming, there were a bunch of teenagers running around outside, like running around the neighborhood and screaming and just being weird. And they're back. I don't know if they're picking up on the mic, but they're back. So I'm kind of toning my voice down because I kind of want to hear what they're doing. I really hope they're not like vandalizing anything. Sorry, I was just trying to listen to what they were saying. Uh, G has 99 nine, bleh, G has 991 says goodnight. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read. You could try making a Moss Man doll. That would be fun. The only good Wubsy stuff was Mama Ouija Comes Home. I'm afraid to ask what that means. Why do you sound younger on stream? I think because when I'm making videos, I try to sound cool. I want my voice to sound deep. I'm not this active in my videos. If you notice, I'm not really bouncing around like I do right now. I'm right now, I'm being loud and I'm bouncing around and I'm being active, but because I'm having fun doing this. So I think my voice just sounds a bit higher. But when I'm actually trying to make videos, I try to sound, cool, and I try to go deeper. Um, uh, Media Pesky says in one of the cheap cartoon show episodes, there was an explanation for why Allie never takes her boots off. But in the Laura Dern episode, she throws her boots at the TV screen. I'm really confused. Yeah. Well, you never really got an explanation for why Allie never takes her boots off. That whole episode is just talking about she just never does, and here's all the reasons why it's okay that she never does, but she never says why. In the Laura Dern episode, it's telling because the only time she ever takes her boots off is out of rage and fury and with bloodthirst and wanting to destroy things. It's the only time that calls for her taking her boots off is to destroy things. I think that's telling. Live action SpongeBob in Tehran. She was pushed to the edge as Cosmic Sponge. I recommend adding a fuck ton of swear word. Oh boy. I don't know. But the problem with that is that kids are gonna watch a Wubsy video. Like I said, I don't want to be a kid's entertainer. I don't want that. And if I do a Wubsy video, not that I want to make a Wubsy video, but if I do, kids are inevitably gonna watch that. And if I just make if I put a bunch of swear words, well, then great, I'm exposing kids to swear words, and I don't want to do that. Um, it's bad enough that kids are inevitably gonna watch my SpongeBob videos. Like that's bad enough. I really wish that wasn't the case. But you can't do anything about that. Um, could I do an Eric voice for you if you ever need it? If I have an idea. Kelly Koala. Oop, Kelly Koala. God dang, there's so many comments. Hold up. I lost it. Oh, man. I'm really, really far behind. I am so sorry. I am really far behind. Holy smokes. Kelly Koala says, hi, friend. Arvin says, I'm back. My kitty decided to snuggle up with me. Right now, one of my dogs is with me. Opinions on BFDI and Tyler the Creator. BFDI, don't know anything about it. Tyler the Creator, don't know don't know anything about him. Other than I think he did that terrible Grinch rap. I think that was him. So I guess I know one song by him, and it wasn't a very good one. You're a mean one. Oh, God damn it. Ugh. Your teeth all yellow, and then it's a song about how disgusting the Grinch is supposed to be, and it's playing during a montage of him taking a bath and brushing his teeth. Like you gotta be a special kind of stupid to write that, folks. Not Tyler the Creator. Whoever put that song in the opening scene. That's ridiculous. I want my money back. I did see that in theaters, but only to do research because I was doing a Dr. Seuss video at the time. Yeah, last year I made a one-to-one replica of Oh, I want to make a potty puppet. That sounded terrible. That sounded awful. I want to make a potty puppet. Thank God for context. Remember, people have genuinely done that to SpongeBob and the Geek until we meet again. 9 plus 10. You're stupid. An ad. Oh, I guess somebody got an ad. What if you made SpongeBob with exposed? I want to make that one. That one would be fun. I was wondering if you'll make a Potty the Parrot. I do want to. Oh, it's the same person. Or wait, is it? I think it was the same person. Oh, it wasn't the same person. No, yeah, I want to make a potty. That sounded terrible. I want to make a potty. I want to make it. I'm not even gonna go there. Did you see my Death Battle Alley versus Miracle Machine? I did not see that. Or if I did it, I forgot. It's been a while. Dear Bootleg, will we ever see Allie's parents? I realized I haven't seen one episode of them or an introduction. I don't think she's ever mentioned them either. I have a story about Allie's parents. I have like a backstory I wrote that I haven't really utilized. I haven't introduced. I'm saving it for like a big project. Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, she's never mentioned them. I want her to be the type of character that has like no, like, you don't know how she gets her money. You don't know what her job is. You don't know who her family is. I like that about her. I want her to be that kind of character. I'll say that her parents very, 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 very much explain why she's the way she is. Is Leif going to return? You'll have to just wait and see. Draw alley porn. I feel like there's plenty of material in my video or in my videos for people to, do what they want with. I don't even know where I was going with that. After I finish my OCs, can I send pictures of the final product? You can post them in a community post or on Instagram or something if you want to just post them and I'll look at them. The Grinch is in it, duh. Rolf should review the Burger King SpongeBob. What? So there's a Grinch meal. There's a Grinch meal on December 2nd and a SpongeBob meal on December 2nd. Oh, because of the movie. You want to talk about bad rap songs for kids movies? Jesus Christ. Big guy. Big guy. Like that's the whole fucking song. I can hear the kids, but I can't make out what they're saying. I can hear them also. You can actually hear them? Jesus Christ, they're that loud? God damn. Mama Luigi Comes Home is a YouTube poop that was lost for like 15 years and got found. It once was lost, but now is found. Amazing. I am really, really far behind. Holy smokes. You know what? I'm just going to jump down to the bottom and go up. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm so far behind. Show us your normal voice then. It's this, pretty much. Thought of doing Mothman and Chupacabra for your cryptid crafts. It sounds a tad eerie out there. It's been eerie. Trust me, it's been pretty spooky out there. Because, like I said, we don't really get a lot of noise outside at night. So all these random kids running around and screaming and just, it's weird. Since Rebirth came out recently, I want to know what's your opinion on Jurassic Park world as a whole? I have never seen any of the Jurassic Park movies. I've only seen the World movies, and I've never seen Rebirth. I don't remember. I remember liking Jurassic World okay. Jurassic World 2, whatever it's called, meh. And Jurassic World 3, I didn't care for at all. I was actually quite angry. Turner Jenkins says hi and then says bye. What a journey. What he's reading off of, because he's not reading what we're saying, it's because I'm really delayed. I'm really far back. That's why. I'm trying to. I don't want to be the type of streamer that just like lets a ton of stuff just go by and they don't read them. Like, what's the point of doing a stream? You're not going to read what people are saying. So I'm trying to I'm actively trying to go through and read everything. And as a result, I'm just super delayed. I'm like really far behind. Is it easy to find stuff like Mego and GI Joe action figures for your crafts? Mego, yes. GI Joe, I don't think I've ever had to use a GI Joe before. Mego, you can find online pretty easy. There's a company called Classic TV Toys, classictvtoys.com, that sells a bunch of Mego bodies, Mego heads, Mego clothes and accessories like weapons and boots and whatnot. And that's where you can get them, but it's kind of pricey. Vac is back, the man behind the mask. What do you think of my Banana Splits fan art? I don't remember. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I thought it was pretty cool. That Grinch rap was good to me. Oh man. This stream has the vibe of my uncle coming over for Thanksgiving, and I mean that in the least insulting. It's Star! Oh, Star's here. I got really loud for a second. Holy smokes. The Gooninator. Is Ducks canon to the show? No, it's just a one-off. It's one of those like alternate universe kind of things. Like all those videos where it's like Allie if she was animated by different people. It's one of those things. It's just like an alternate. It's a multiverse, as Hollywood keeps wanting to put it nowadays. What if you made an episode where Leif gets recovered and he comes back for no reason? For no reason at all. Do you know Magic the Gathering? Yes, but I've not played it. Are you real boot? I'm pretty sure I am. Uh, I think therefore I am. Um, for a character meant to be hot, I haven't seen. For a character meant to be hot, I haven't seen any alley Rule 34. Could not be looking in the right places, I guess. Oops. Surprisingly, there's none. Says Cool Carson. Kelpo from SpongeBob is now a real. What? How am I missing all these products? I didn't know about the Grinch meal. I didn't know about the SpongeBob meal. I didn't know about Kelpo. How am I missing all this? Have you heard of a show called Peppermint Park? Yes, I have. You can go home and make some bubble liquid. I know what Peppermint Park is. Opinion on Kendrick Lamar. Oh man, this is gonna be a shock. This is gonna be a shock to most of you. I don't bother sitting down because you're gonna stand straight up. I've never heard of any of his songs. Yeah, I know. I think he did. I love my no. Yeah, I don't know. He did some song at the end credits of Captain America: Brave New World. I think I like that song. That was kind of catchy. Is Rolf gonna review the SpongeBob Burger King meal? I did not know there was a SpongeBob Burger King meal. SpongeBob Burger King 2025. Let me look this up. Hold up. SpongeBob's Krabby Whopper. Jesus Christ. Pirates Frozen Pineapple Float. SpongeBob's Krabby Whopper. Mr. Krabs Cheesy Bacon Tots. Patrick's Starberry Shortcake Pie. Oh, Jesus Christ on a bike. Well, I know what my now I've got ideas for upcoming videos. I don't know if I'm going to do a Rolf one for the SpongeBob meal. I might just do that as myself. Rip Rod Monkey Man. That's an amazing name. Have you ever thought about making guano from Kappa Mikey? I saw like a few episodes of Kappa Mikey when I was a kid, but not much. But I love the theme song. Hey, you! I didn't see. Like the guy can't close his mouth, so he's just kind of like mumbling everything. Don't you know the man is Kappa Mikey? Like that's literally how he sings. Have you heard of Ah Real Monsters? Man, I grew up in the early 2000s. Of course, I know what Ah Real Monsters is. Guy thinks I doesn't know. I don't know what Ah Real Monsters is. I think you read at a third grade level. Yeah, that's being generous. I read at a first grade level. Thank you very much. When are you gonna do when are you gonna make the Simpsons SpongeBob doll? Hopefully soon. Have you seen my SpongeBob parody? I know it kind of sucks right now, but my computer broke, and I can before I can truly flesh them out. I have not seen it. I think Gen Alpha and Beta kids watch Wow Wow Wubsy. It's 19 years. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Why am I seeing a black screen? Because I don't know how to put something interesting on the screen. If I could, I would put a fun picture on the screen, like I don't know, a dog humping a tree or something. But I don't know how to even do that because I am not the smartest crayon in the box. Smartest crayon in the box. I rest my case. Um, so what we're doing now here is I'm pretty much just a radio show. You know, when you're driving down the road at late at night and you just listening to AM radio, uh, or whatever it is, FM radio, and you're just listening to the radio host talking, and you're just kind of sitting around eating a cheeseburger. That's what I am. I'm just here to be your bud for however long as you're doing other things, whatever you do on a Saturday night. Go fold some laundry, and I'll be your buddy that's just talking to you. Uh, buh, buh, buh. I just got Burger King. Oh my god, I am so far behind. Am I allowed to chat here? Seeing as how you commented in the chat area, I'm going to say yes. Uh, in the video where Allie became evil and wasn't colored in, but yes. I've never heard of Kendrick Lamar either. I've heard of him, I just don't know any of his songs. I could not name you one. Also, question: how long does it take to make your SpongeBob videos? Oh man, it depends. Sometimes I can finish them in, or the videos or the actual crafts themselves. Because if you're talking about the videos, a few weeks, because some shots take forever to get around to shooting. Um, and then there's editing, there's doing the voiceover. Um, there's all kinds of factors, but generally it's about 2 or 3 weeks, I would say. Who voices Allie? Currently, it's an actor by the name of Hashi Nuggets or Hoshi Nuggets or Nugget. I just called him Star. I'm really sorry if you're still in here and I mispronounced your name twice. Uh, Long time no see, Rick Martinez. Do you like my profile picture? I can barely see it because it's so tiny in the chat. What do you think about Ween Ocean Man? I love that song. I honestly kind of makes me emotional. Let's hope the Burger King crossover is better than Wendy's. What was wrong with Wendy's? I never got to try it. It sounded good. It was a pineapple icy and a Dave single. That sounded pretty good. I never had it, but it sounded good. Good. It sounded great. I'm gonna do Resident Evil Survivor PS1 video game remastered cutscenes 2D animation instead of 3D model. I never played any of those, so uh, I'm a little new to your channel. How did Leif die? Watch watch the episode called New Leaf and you'll get your answer. Ah, someone spoiled it. Buy a Rick Martinez, buy a lightsaber. Damn it. It's so loud at my house, says Nathan. It's kind of loud here too. I'm not even joking. Right now, there's people shouting outside, but it's kind of far away, so I don't know if the mic's picking it up. How about making a Smurfs parody? That would be funny. I don't know what exactly I do, but that would be funny. If you ever need a character, I feel like Robot Chicken's done all the good Smurfs parodies. Anything I do would just pale in comparison. If you ever need to do a character screech, or if you ever need a character to screech in an episode, I can definitely do that. What's the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten, drank? For me, it's Spreg. Oh, you talked about that in Discord. Oh God. Ugh. One of the more disgusting things I've eaten was this Asian dish. I forgot what the dish itself was, but one of the bigger components of it was something called stinky beans, which is kind of they eat it a lot in Asia, or at least the area where my family hails from. So um, it lives up to its name. It's very stinky and stinks up the whole house, and you can't get it out of your mouth, and it's just disgusting. Thought of using more Mego figures or dolls for upcoming crafts. Yes, I know I've had a few ideas for some, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know you. Just give me a video about SpongeBob.exe you made play your dog destroyed SpongeBob.exe. Hope so. You just actually make another one SpongeBob.exe and now is good. Yes. It's because my family at a party because my sis is having a baby. Oh my. Well, congratulations. Which video of yours do you want to hit a million or billion views? Oh man, probably none. I don't really want to be a big YouTuber. If I had to choose one, the ducks thing I just recently did because it's such a mind bleep. Opinion on Peppa Pig. Oh man, you're gonna love this. All right, I've never seen it. I know. Take a shot every time I've said that in this stream. I want to turn in the Wendy SpongeBob meal. The Krabby Patty is just a Dave single. Yeah, Dave singles are delicious. I want to turn Peppa Pig into bacon. I have footage of this event I still need to upload. Are the stinky beans you're referring to NATO? I don't know. I do not remember. Oh, you have footage of you drinking that Spregnog, whatever you called it. Ugh. Boot, you missed my reply. Please read it. Oh, I don't remember. I'm gonna have to scroll all the way back up. I don't want to delay myself any more than I have to. Oh, Ivy Girl's here. Swimming pool. Ivy Girl pops up everywhere, man. Everywhere. She's freaking everywhere. I'm always seeing her comment on like robot chicken clips. And then she started commenting on my videos. And I was like, holy Moses. You ever have that like you ever have those videos or you ever have those YouTubers that you just see commenting everywhere? Like literally everywhere. And it's just kind of a fun game to yourself. Like, hey, it's them again. It's like this weird familiar face in a sense. What's the worst SpongeBob parody you've seen? Um, the ones by Oni. You want to break into the industry and not leave that big of a trace online? No, it's not even that. It's just I just don't want to be famous. I mean, I don't want to be like Logan Paul famous. You know what I mean? That sounds like torture. I want to be the type of I like this. This is fine for me. I'm not famous, but I'm like popular enough to warrant 15 people in a stream and I'm having fun just talking. I don't want to be no freaking, Logan Paul kind of, too big for my fans and like, just kind of bragging and all that nonsense. That's stupid. Nice black screen. This is the part where imagination comes in. You can just imagine something's on the screen. Favorite Godzilla design? I really love the Godzilla minus one design. I know that's kind of a cop out answer because it's the most recent one, but I love the colors, I love the face, I love the eyes. I love the Son of Godzilla suit because it's so ugly with the long head and the eyes and the it's really ugly and I just kind of love that about it. I see this YouTuber named Jax Blade. Yes, exactly. Jax Blade is another one. He comments on everything. Everything. He commented on one of my videos. If you go to the Nosferatu throughout the years video that I did, the little cartoon thing, he commented on that. And I even replied to him like, "Oh my gosh, I see you everywhere. You commenting on one of my videos is like a badge of honor." Grunt. Oh, hold on. Grunt the creator says opinion. Oh wait. Okay. Grunt the creator says, "How old are you?" Late 20s. Speaking of the Smurfs, I'm doing a cool crossover. I'm working on the Spregnog video right now. Oh my god. Why would you want to relive this moment? Opinion on Kanye West's music. Oh man. Are you sure you're ready for this answer? I don't know if you're ready for this answer. I don't know. Oh, you want me to tell you? All right, all right. Buckle up. I've never heard one. I swear I'm not just doing this to be funny, man. My musical know-how is embarrassing. The only Kanye West song I have ever heard is Heartless, and that's only because I wanted to know what gay fish from South Park was parodying. And Heartless isn't a bad song, but that's the only one I've heard. I swear, keep them coming, man. You can ask me anything about music. I guarantee you, I am not going to know what you're talking about. I guarantee you. There's a reason why all the music I use in my videos are from like 80s movies. If Allie and Jay was a Gaul character in the cartoon comic book series, what would they be called? I don't know. I don't even know what Gaul is. Petula and the Smurfs. If you end up making, god damn, I'm so far behind. If you end up making that big sponge, you know what? I think this is why people use super chats. I think this is actually why big YouTubers use super chats, is to actually keep up with comments. Because it's like I'm trying to keep up with everything, and I am so far behind. But that would even be kind of like I would feel bad about that because it's like how if you stream on a regular basis, how do you feel good just knowing that you're missing all these comments? I'm not saying that to sound like a good guy or anything, but how can you like feel good that you're missing all these comments? That's why I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. If you end up making that big SpongeBob house, I could help if you want, and I'm making one too. I'm gonna go to bed, but remember me. I love doing and making crossovers. I love doing animated Oh, I just said that. Imagine you make a faceless SpongeBob doll from the faceless creepypasta. This is awesome background noise. Yeah, see that? You get it. You get it. And you get it. I like Jax's videos on TMNT. How would you make a bluegrass episode of the cheap cartoon show? That would be funny. Since you mentioned in the geek video, you love butt ugly designs of iconic characters. Have you thought of doing Bum Michael from Rob Zombie Halloween 2 and mutated Jason from Jason Goes to Hell? That would be fun. I don't know about the Rob Zombie thing though. It's not a bad design. I just don't like that movie enough to make something from it. I am so far behind. Holy smokes. You need to watch The Walking Dead. Yeah, I've never seen any of it. I thought you were in your 30s. What? Man, I thought we were friends. Do you have a favorite villain song? And if not, what are your thoughts on musicals? Oh man, favorite villain song. Oh, give me 24 hours and I'll think of something because I cannot think of one off the top of my head. But I don't I don't dislike musicals like a lot of people seem to, but I don't go out of my way to actively watch them either. Guess my favorite animal. I'm going to guess a Ramburglar. I don't have a preferred music creator. Just so, I don't have blah, blah. I don't have a preferred music creator. Just if song good, it good. Yeah, exactly. The new workout plan by Kanye West. Hey, Boot, I'm a recent fan. Thank you. Honestly, the stuff Jack's comments on kind of reminds me of how Paul Thomas Anderson enjoys Adam Sandler in Marvel movies. Yeah, Tally Hall, I have not heard of. Since you mentioned no face reveal and blank screen, I usually picture your voice coming out of my Mask Mark variant from Invincible. Hold on, I'm gonna look up what that is because I don't know what that is. Mark Mask. What did you say? Mark Mask. Mask Mark variant from Invincibles. Oh, I'm just like a black Spider Man with blue eyes. I think I already know your answer to this, but have you seen the? I'm not even gonna. I'm not. Man, you already know. You already know. Could you let me make Spanish subtitles for the cheap cartoon show? Maybe someday. Maybe someday. It's a snake. I watched this one stream where it's just a Mario plush in a chair for a whole stream while playing Minecraft. What? Team Pink or Team Blue? Blue. I like both, but blue because it's. I just love blue. uh, I am really far behind. Can everyone stop? Give me time, please. Oh my god. I'll take my leave from the stream for now to video crap machine. Okay. What's the worst SpongeBob creepypastas? Oh man. I don't know, man. There's some bad ones. I'm working on a video about villain songs because Has Been Hotel season 2 has made me obsessed with villain songs. I can't think of any off the top. I know there's a few. Does the Buddy song from the Child's Play remake count? I really like that one. Grunt the Creator. Alright, I'm out of questions. Have a good night. I really wish I actually gave you answers. Like, I swear, man, I'm not doing this to be funny. All this stuff you ask me, I don't know any of it. If someone paid me on freaking. Would you make a video making a figure on Mothman or Jersey Devil? Probably Jersey Devil. Mothman was never interesting to me. He's just a dude that flies. Like it was never really all that interesting to me. What's your opinion on Transformers? They're cool, but I've only seen the second Michael Bay movie. I've never seen any of the cartoons. I've never seen any other movie besides the second Michael Bay movie. Uh, I never really had any of the toys when I was a kid. I think I had one, And that was it. Like one out of the entire line of Transformers toys. What are your thoughts on Bootleg 317? He's a douche. I wanted to ask a question if Allie and Jay was an Asterix character. I don't know. I don't know much about Asterix other than he has a really catchy song about making potions or something. Chair by Alex Smith. Oh my god. Mothman was my favorite. Oh, finally, I'm caught up to the bottom. Yes, yes, I'm caught up. Finally, I'm not freaking like pages and pages behind. Can you please check out Transformers 1? I heard it was pretty good, so maybe. I want to get out of bed, but my cat is sleeping on my toes. I should add the Buddy song. Yeah, the Buddy song counts, I think. Oh, man. I don't know what else. Uh, oh, no, the kids outside are going crazy again. Oh, yo, bro, yo. I don't know if you heard that, but I'm going to stretch my legs. Oh, I don't know if you heard my knees pop just now. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm getting old. I got homework to do for my university. My semester is almost up, and yet you're here listening to me. You have certainly got your priorities straight. And I'm not even being sarcastic. Screw homework. Don't take that seriously, kids. What if Varg, Skeletor, Joel reacted to one of your animations? I do not know who that is. Would you ever consider making a Glitch Productions cartoon? I don't know what that is. Jesus Christ. Who's that guy that says blood in your SpongeBob craft videos? What's that clip of that guy saying Santa? Santa Maria. Uh, the guy saying blood in my craft videos is from a Tommy Wiseau short film. I think it's called The House That Drips Blood on Alex. Uh, and it's like a parody comedy thing. And at one point, Tommy Wiseau is like writing with blood ink, and he's like, "Oh man, the ink is very intriguing. It looks like blood." That's where that comes from. And the Santa Maria guy is from a Mel Gibson from a Mel Brooks movie called Blazing Saddles. Just look up Blazing Saddles Santa Maria. Oh, great! A bunch a bunch of people came over. I was home alone, but now a bunch of people came over. I'm still gonna stream. I'm still gonna stream, but a bunch of people came over, and I don't know how long they're gonna be here for. I was really, really looking forward to having the house to myself, but lo and behold, so oh, but now they got the dog barking. Are you millennial or Gen X? I'm not sure, honestly. I don't pay attention to that sort of thing. I don't keep up with all these fucking labels. Is Pepsi Man the best mascot ever? No, because Pepsi is what killed the dude at the end of Madam Web, and I should be happy whenever anyone related to Madam Web dies. But the fact that I had to sit through Madam Web is points in its disfavor. Anything having to do with Pepsi has always had rotten luck. Pepsi was the hero of the Madam Web movie. Pepsi burned Michael Jackson's head. Pepsi was in the Garbage Pail Kids movie. Pepsi's always had bad luck. So Pepsi Man, you can sit down. Go sit down in the corner. Did Brody Fox voice act all the Pac-Men from that one cartoon show episode? No, that was my buddy Robert. That was my buddy. I think he goes by Rar's Revenge. And he did. Hold on, I'm gonna let the dog out real quick. Hold up. Oh, come on. Motherfucker. Sometimes the door doesn't close when you open it, or sometimes the door doesn't close because it's got one of those mirrors that hangs on the top of the door and it gets stuck. But anyway, that was my buddy Robert. He does a really good Joe Swanson voice, which I wish I could do, but I don't know how. I beat her. Like, I can't do it. Oh, great. Hold up. I'm going to have to mute real quick. All right. Did the cheap cartoon show have an episode called The Nasty? The wiki says it does. It did at one point. I can't wait for Spaceballs 2. Neither can I. I really wish the people outside were kind of, I wish they would keep it down. Um, Jesus Christ. Hold up again. Hold up. I'm going to mute it again. Of course, they have to be in the next room over and they have to be quite loud. When I first saw your channel, I thought your channel name was Boogeyman 317, and as a Halloween fan, I almost subscribed. Well, are you subscribed now? I guess you have to be because I think the chat is subscribers only. Boogeyman 317. I don't know. YouTubers named Boogie don't exactly have a clean track record here. Lacey Granger. I can't wait till I get my own place. Says I'm sorry, I got distracted. Mildly inconvenient case scenario. That's an amazing name. Tell the people to get the fuck out. I That's the thing. It's like the people that are here right now they don't live here and they're always coming over, and sometimes that gets really 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 fucking annoying. Because I just kind of want to have the house to myself and have some free time, and they're always coming over. There was one time where I had the house to myself for a week, and they came over every single day of the week unannounced to practically do nothing, just to kind of hang out because we're family. And I was like, oh, I mean, fuck, man, can I just have some time to myself? What are the people in your house? They're family. And I don't have any problem with them, but sometimes they just come over too much, if you know what I mean. The family that just comes over, like, you like when they come over and you like them, but they come over a little too much, and it's like, yo, I kind of want some time to myself for once. I watched the new Kevin James movie on Prime and it was meh. Oh god, that one? I haven't seen it, but I've seen a review. Robert kind of sounds like Brody. Double Toasted had a great bit of the guy who approved the Pepsi sponsor for Garbage Pail Kids. I just recently started getting into Double Toasted. Man, they are hilarious. Billy. If you watch Double Toasted, that's all I gotta say. Billy. Billy is the funniest mofo on the. God dang. Double Toasted has seriously been some of the funniest stuff I have watched in a while on YouTube. I dare you to recreate that odd, weird SpongeBob sponge treatment scene for suds. That would be a fun one. Just make a pale sponge. Where did the Japanese cover of Michael Jackson's "Beat It" come from? Look up Japanese Weird Al "Eat It" parody, if that's what you're talking about. At the end of my Cookie Monster video, that's what that is. It's a Japanese parody of Weird Al's "Eat It," which is in itself a parody. I don't know what they're saying, but just look it up. It's an old clip from the 80s. They didn't let me see the script. They didn't let me see the script. I'd have every right to believe. What was your favorite Halloween costume growing up? Probably Boba Fett. I was Boba Fett for Halloween one year. Now, granted, it wasn't a very good costume in retrospect. It was just like one of those jumpsuits with a flimsy plastic mask. But as a kid, it felt amazing. My first watch video was your Goosebumps Slappy. Yeah, that's the first one a lot of people see. I think that's my most viewed video. When are you introducing your Evil Twin official 206? Mask Maker 2 when? Oh, God. That is such a bizarre movie. Thought of making anyone else from Action League. You know what's funny? I bought the action figure you need to make the Flesh from Action League now, but it got lost in the mail, and I never got it back. Or I never got a refund or anything. So that sucked. So close. I could have been a contender. Why do you heart every single comment you get? I've thought about that too. Why do I do that? I think it's basically just because why not? It's just, you might as well. I mean, what's stopping me? What if someone made a cheap cartoon show, FNF mod, the cheap FNF mod? I'm guessing you're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't really know. I don't really know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, so I don't know. Watch the bad movie. Yes, yes. I love the Garbage Pail Kids video. Both of them from Double Toasted. The first video I watched from you was the Blood Buddy video. Dang, that was a long time ago, too. Relatives visiting at random time. I have to be careful because they're right next door. Relatives visiting at random times and wanting some personal time. Yeah. What's your dream craft that you'd like to make 100% accurate? Um, oh man, six shooter from Puppet Master. Six shooter, six shooter, and Tunneler because they're two of my favorites. Who does better SpongeBob videos in your opinion? Aquatic Neptune, Fried Chili Cheese Dog, Uncle Al or AI, whatever that is, or Alien Myth 64? Honestly, I don't really watch any of them. Um, I've seen a few of the Emo Bob videos, and I thought they were actually pretty funny, so I guess him, but I don't know anything about the other ones. Friday Night Funkin'? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Friday Night Funkin'. Oh, yeah, I do not know what that is. That doesn't even look familiar. I'm just I don't know what that is. It's a rhythm game. Are you a college student? No, I am not. Right now, if you mean that as in like, am I in a dorm? No, I'm in my house right now. I'm just at my house. I'm upstairs, and I think they're sleeping over, and the guest room is right next to my room, so it's like fuck. He's ignoring my comments. I don't see any of your comments. PBS. I don't see any of them. I'm scrolling. Oh, here's one. I read that one. The suds. I said it would be cool if you made like a, or if I guess if I made a pale sponge. Yeah, I saw that one. He's asking if you're attending college. No, I am not. You forgot Sponge Boy from the Flint. You know, if there weren't people here right now, I would actually do that. I would do that voice. The you forgot. I would do that right now just to prove that that's me doing that voice. Because I got some comments saying I didn't realize that was. They didn't realize that voice was coming from me. So if there weren't people here right now, I would just like stand way in the back of the room and shout and do that voice. What are your thoughts on Jingle All the Way? I haven't seen it since I was a little kid, but I liked it. I liked it because it was about a toy, and I thought the toy was cool, and I don't know, there's something sweet about it. I know, the message and the morals are all kinds of backwards with the whole consumerism, materialism. Get this kid his toy thing, but I don't know. There's something kind of sweet about it. I think they're adding SpongeBob to Fortnite soon. I know they've added Simpsons recently. I don't play Fortnite. Shock of the century. Can you make the original SpongeBob from the prototype Stephen Hillenburg concept art? I've gotten that request a lot. I might. I might. Oh boy, the people. My guests are just being loud again, being loud and making weird ass noises. But Hey Peter, I really wish I could do a Joe Swat. Yeah, I wish I could do any voices. I can't do voices. I can't really do impressions of any kind. One time I did. What's that guy? The what's his? Oh, fuck. Oh god, please hush. What's that guy's name? That does the compilations of Daily Dose of Internet. That guy. I did an impression of him once, and it was okay. But I can't really do impressions. Where was that random Beatles "Let It Be" parodies Bob Spongy come about? I just really like that. I just really like "Let It Be," and I thought it sounded like Bob Spongy, and I just started singing. It wasn't all that deep, but I did make up a bunch of other. I did make up a bunch of lyrics for that. For like if I ever did a "Let It Be" parody. Can you make SpongeBob bootleg creepypasta where SpongeBob with red bloodshot eyes? I bought Mystery Men on 4K a few months ago. I've never seen that. I dare you to check out Granny McDonald. Let me see what that is. I'm afraid. Am I going to see something bad, or is this an actual like thing I should be watching? What the? So you got someone in the worst old lady makeup I've ever seen.
Hello, my little pickles.
Oh, is that not old lady makeup? Is she actually old?
Well, it's a nice full day.
Why does she look like a paper mache person?
Well, it's time for our daily Happy Meal. Let's go to McDonald's and see what the Hello. Hello. Hey, Fred. You never know what kind of snake it is.
I'm sorry, I'm getting really distracted by whatever Granny McDonald is supposed to be. What? I thought that was makeup.
Hello, my little pickles. Granny here. Pretty. Milk on.
Milk on. Oh my god. Well, that was a thing. There's also a SpongeBob soda out by all. I saw that at Target. I almost bought it, but eh. Whatever happened to the Blue Bob Spongy? I just left him at Red Lobster. I have no idea what happened to him. For all I know, the custodian just threw him away. One time, I had a crazy imagination where Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie became a Dare simp for Ellie and tried taking her away from Jay. I don't know what Yandere means. I love the fake. Oh boy. I love the fake Sponge Wow commercial you made. He shit everywhere. Mystery Man is a loose adaptation of Flaming Carrot comics. Oh, I did not know that. Wait, am I thinking of the right Mystery Man? You ever play? Ah, so not only are the people inside my house loud, but now we got a bunch of neighbors being super loud. Oh, thanks a lot. Oh, boy. Would you ever try to make a sponge knob costume? Honestly, I would, but only not sponge knob. I would just make a SpongeBob costume in the same way they did, like the box with the armholes and the face hole. A yawn deer is a crazy girl, basically. When you make the green abrasive SpongeBob, you will give him, or will you give him two faces? I don't know. It would make sense if I did, but it would be hard to display him because I couldn't put a magnet on the back because he'd have like eyes and a nose. We got people outside laughing like killer clowns from outer space. I swear, I'm not even trying to be funny. That's what they laughed like. Oh, now we got the dog barking. Yay. Noise. All the noise, noise, noise. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Bitch. They're just like, I don't know if it's picking up on the mic. I'm just trying to listen. That's why I stopped talking. Even if I weren't streaming, this would be really annoying, because, like I said, it's a pretty peaceful neighborhood in terms of like noise. But god dang, tonight the dog would not shut up. Those kids running around like crazy, and now you got this, and it's like, god damn it, it's Saturday night, man. I just want peace. I just want peace. The problem is that when it does get loud around here, I don't know why, but they always do it right outside my house. Like, I don't know why. That's something I've noticed. Whenever people are really loud in my neighborhood, the one spot where they stand is right outside my house. They just kind of stand there and hang out. It's like, what the fuck, people? Like, why? Might as well join in and scream. I used to do that when I was a kid and I lived somewhere else. If I heard some crazy noises outside, I would just stick my head out the window and scream something stupid. There's an old video from when I was still in high school where when I was in apartments, I stuck my head out the window and I screamed, "Chocolate rain!" And I just did a stupid song and like I just screamed it, and it's hilarious because you can just hear my voice echo throughout. And if I can find it, I'll play it real quick. Have you made dry SpongeBob yet from the first movie? No, I have not. I don't know what the point would be, honestly. I know you're a California guy. Yeah. Check out the entirety of Granny McDonald World of Advice or Word of Advice. I don't know, man. But yeah, it's this old video from when I was in high school where I just like I don't remember why I did it, but I just stuck my head out the window and like screamed the Chocolate Rain song. Hold on, if I can find it. I don't know if I still have it. Oh, my knee. God, I'm getting too old for this, man. I found the video, but remember me, my homie. Chocolate Rain. Yeah, that's the lyrics. Oh no, okay. When I did it, I screamed, "Chocolate rain doesn't exist, so we have water rain." I don't know why. I don't know what prompted me to do that. I was a ridiculous kid, man. I was really really dumb when it came to just like actively trying to irritate people. Hold up, I got the audio. I might upload it as a short. Should I upload it to as a short? Yeah, yeah. Let me know if I should upload it as a short in the chat, and I'll do it right now. You can pause this, go check out my shorts, come back. I can't wait for a lot of things. Winter break to come, my umbrella to arrive, getting my new MacBook. Yes, I love the or I love the winter season. What were you for Halloween? I wasn't anything. We didn't do anything. You know what I did on Halloween? I took out my old washing or my old dryer machine. It was broken, so I had to carry it downstairs. That's what I did on Halloween. It was really irritating, and I did not like doing it. I didn't want to do it, but well, then again, I'm a grown man. Like I'm not gonna go out trick or treating. Oh, why must they shout? Bum, bum. Can you put the green SpongeBob anywhere else that's not the fridge? I could, but I don't want to separate them all. You know what I mean? It's like just keep everything organized. I'm waiting on like 18 pre-orders from one site. I haven't gotten anything yet. The only thing I bought using the Black Friday sales was like a podcast, and that was it. For Halloween, I had to work on lights at my. Oh my god. The Jason masks are still flat. What if the green SpongeBob hurts someone? Thought of doing SpongeBob dolls, but inspired by comic book. Or I wanted to do. When I was a kid, I used to draw SpongeBob as different horror slashers. I used to draw him as like Leatherface. I know that's not the same thing. Oh no, you did mention movie villains. Okay, I might do SpongeBob as Leatherface because I drew that when I was a kid. WYST Gaming says hi guys. Valley and Jay had a podcast. What would they talk about? I think anything. They'd be like me. They just hop around all over the place. I think Jay would want to talk about actual like one topic, and then Allie would just bounce around all over the place and constantly changing the subject because her mind just goes crazy. Pre-orders aren't even from Black Friday. They've just been accumulating since July. Jesus Christ. The guests are leaving. Yes. Yes. I can't believe I'm saying that about. I can't believe I'm all happy about my family leaving. But yes. Oh man. I'm sorry. Sorry, Mona. Oh man. Oh, sorry, Mona. Love you. But god damn it. I know you love Star Wars. You know Cad Bane. Yes, but I haven't seen any of the I haven't seen any of the Clone Wars episodes that he was in. The only Cad Bane I've ever actually like watched was the what was it? The Book of Boba Fett that he was in for like an episode or whatever it was. I thought it was cool actually. I thought he was cool in that. Um, but that's about all I know about him. And the show didn't really give much context as to who he was or what his problem with Boba Fett was. He just kind of came out of nowhere. It's like, well, now we gotta blah blah blah, and damn it. Hold up, hold up, hold up. All right. Well, they're gone. Um. Oh, my dog. Ugh. My dog. My dog's on my lap now. Draw Allie and SpongeBob. I'm gonna draw Allie. What was she gonna look like? How Ice Spice looks in SpongeBob? God forbid. Can you make a crazy thing where Leif comes back for bleh, for revenge? My dog is just constantly licking my face. She's a sweet dog, though. I love you. I love you. I love you. Can you say something? Say something. She doesn't. She doesn't really make noises. Say something. Ah, she doesn't want to say anything. Now they're gone. Scream the annoying ginger kid voice. There's still someone here, but they actually live here, so it's okay if I act a little louder. But I don't know. It's like 9:30. The Clone Wars is super gas. SpongeBob with red bloodshot eyes. What if you made the Mario SpongeBob from those shitty Flash games? Oh, you have. Ooh, hold up. I need to look that up. I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds interesting. Excuse me. You are a murderer to ducks. No, I am not Allie. I thought the voice gave that away. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? She's a sweet dog. Make Darth Vader SpongeBob. Ooh, that would be fun. That would be cool. Having an Aussie. Bleh. Oh, I was trying to read that and it got retracted. Cats are better than dogs. I have both. I can't choose between them, honestly. I have both. I have two dogs and two cats. So I can't exactly. Can't, her tongue went in my mouth. I can't exactly choose. She does stop. Stop it. I can't talk. I can barely see her face. She's like all over my face. Why was there a video about some lady murdering ducks? Look for the clues. Who is your biggest childhood crush? Ooh, uh, Britney Spears was one of them. Oh God, she was so fine. She still is, but as a kid, oh my God, she was like childhood crush. Yeah, Britney Spears was one of them. Um, Jennifer Garner as Electra was one of them. Uh, Princess Leia, obviously. But yeah, those three, I guess. I know there's a few more I'm forgetting, but those three. Hey, 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 come here. Come here. I'm missing a bunch of comments. Holy smokes. If you made the modern SpongeBob and make the classic SpongeBob, when are you making Sonic.exe? I don't. I don't know. I don't know anything about Sonic. Why was there a video about a lady murdering ducks? Huh? God damn, dude, it's a cartoon. It's not that serious. Jesus. Do not listen to Hezek. He is a bad person. Oh, great. Do we got a fight going on? Come on, man. Make a giant SpongeBob by gluing a big car sponges. That would be a cool. I actually do want to use those car sponges someday. I want to use one of those big car sponges for like Bob the Sponge from the Intertidal Zone. He's a hater. Please ban him. My biggest childhood crush was always Dylan Mignette. I know who that is. I just don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. He kind of just disappeared off the face of the planet too. He used to be everywhere. He was like in every TV show, he was in Goosebumps, and then he was in Scream, and then he just wasn't in anything after a while. Just weird because I always thought he was pretty cool. Tell me why you had a murderer. God damn, dude, this guy's taking it so seriously. Hizeki, get out of my life. I still have a crush on Leia and Pat. Oh man, Padme. I always liked Leia better, but Padme. You should make a Migo or NECA custom Granny McDonald figure. My back hurts. Mine does too. It's one of the downsides of getting older. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh. The older I get, the more my back hurts. And I'm not even 30 yet. I'm still in my 20s. And oh man, that's one of my big, like, that's they say when you get older, the first thing to go is the knees. But me, oh my God, it's my back, man. Like, just even sitting the way I am right now, it's like, it just, it hurts. I'm getting older though, man. Like, I'm getting more facial hair and all that fun stuff. Like, it's crazy. I'm getting to that age now where the years are starting to catch up with me, unfortunately. Or fortunately, however you look at things. He didn't disappear. He's taken a break from acting to pursue his band Wallows. I did not know that. When I was little, I wish I was Han Solo. Since I am a Sonic fan, I should make a Hizeki the Ice Boy figure, and also thanks for the Ali fan art you just reposted. And no, Ali is not chubby, so Leo Mation stay mad. I still don't know what is happening. What is happening in this thing right now? I'm in junior year. Oh my God. Yeah, man. That's what happens when you get older. You have to take care of yourself. Do you even know why are you killing ducks? Oh man, who's gonna tell him? I recently lifted. Oh Jesus, I've been suffering for years. Constant fucking paranoia. I want. Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening? Jesus Christ, man. Just block each other. I don't know what's going on. What is this? I miss Jay still talks. He's in the next cartoon that's coming up soon, but he doesn't talk. He whistles. I'm not going to give away what he does, but he whistles, but he doesn't talk. MF Rule. I love that name. Allie is chubby. Yeah, that's like one of her big defining characteristics is that she's fat and she doesn't care. Your homie Wolven, I remember you from earlier in the stream. Oh, my dog is sitting in kind of an uncomfortable position on my knees right now. Come here. Come here. What's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, you're stinky. I also can't wait to read my Five Below copy of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Were you the one? Wait a minute. Were you the one in the Discord server that was sharing like the Disney stuff from Five Below? Because I said that in the server. Like, I love going to Five Below for like art supplies and whatnot. That's a good place to find art supplies. That's where I get my air dry clay, amongst like other like what do you call it? Paint canvases sometimes. Fun fact about me, I don't think anyone knows this, and this is probably shocking to most of you, but one of my favorite movies is the Wizard of Oz, the Judy Garland movie. I love that movie. I know it sounds like I'm joking, but I actually really do love that movie. Oh, there she goes. Come here. Good girl. Come here. Good girl. I didn't know you had a Discord. Oh, so it wasn't you. Blotsworth says, yo. Idea Leif comes back for revenge and comment. The comment went away. Hold up. Idea Leif comes back for revenge and tries to fight Allie in an epic lightsaber duel, or he becomes a jigsaw killer. Can you make SpongeBob in the bat suit? That I thought about it. That would be a fun one. Ever thought of making SpongeBob dolls of his supporting characters? I kind of want to make a doll of Nat, whatever his name is now. Nat, the Plankton's regular. Oh, what's the matter? Come here. Whoa. Okay, she's gone. She's on the bed now. I'm probably gonna head off soon. But if you need help with making that big SpongeBob house, just DM me. I'd be happy to help. And all I need is a plan. Allie's not fat, she's just huggable. God. I've been getting way more into filming stuff recently because I have tons of interests and nobody to talk about with. Yeah. That's why I really started getting into making these arts and crafts videos because I just like filming stuff. I like filming stuff and putting footage together and all this and all that. Tried joining the Discord and the server link expired. I don't know why that keeps happening, man. I've gotten so many comments saying, oh, I need a new link. I need a new link. Every time I try to set up a new link and have it set up to where it's like people can just use it whenever, it always expires. I don't know how. Oh my God, it's the Cinema Clown. Holy Moses. It's the fucking, oh my God. Look, hey, it's the Cinema Clown, folks. That guy is one of the OGs when it comes to this channel, okay? The Cinema Clown, I have not heard from you in years. Holy cow. I have not heard from the Cinema Clown in ages. He was one of the OG, man. He was one of the first people that watched me. He was one of the first people that commented. He was God, that was years ago, man. We've been doing this for 10 years now. I don't know if you remember any of that. I haven't heard from you in ages. I didn't know you. I didn't even know you were still active. Hizeki has made me lose so many friends, and it's all his fault. What is happening? Oh my god. I don't see Hizeki commenting anymore, so if it's really bothering you, he's gone. So, also, I never took Ali as chubby, but curvy. I guess it's the art style. Yeah, that's the problem. It doesn't come across as chubby. Ugh. Oh boy. What do you think of the Cat in the Hat 2003? It's pretty heinous, but I think it's funny. It's funny because it's so bad and so stupid. It's like real it's the antithesis of everything Dr. Seuss stood for, but I kind of love it in a train wreck kind of way. I miss Leif. It makes her look curvy and not chubby. You ever seen the NES Jason cosplay? A buddy of mine cosplayed as NES Jason, I think. Well, no, actually, I don't think he did. Would it be possible for you to make bootleg SpongeBob from that one creepy pie? Everyone keeps requesting that. Maybe. Have you played around the clock? I have not. I have not. Can you make a ghost faced figure? I maybe. Cinema Clown says, I've been gone a while. I remember well. Oh man, condolences. You know, the thing about Cinema Clown is that he's been here since the very, very, very beginning, like way back in the beginning. And I say condolences because I was a kid when I started this. I was a little kid. What the fuck? I was a teenager. I was in high school. And I said and did things when I was younger on this channel that were just really stupid and just stupid looking back. But then you got folks like Cinema Clown who are still there after all that nonsense. So yay. But yeah, Cinema Clown, my god. I have not heard from you in so long. People are obsessed with cartoon characters murdering ducks. Thank God he's gone. Jesus. Who would win? Fuck Arctic. Fuck Terrifier. Ghostface. That's not even a question. What happened to that video where you were going to draw horror characters? I never got around to it because I got really, really busy with other videos and I just didn't have the time to draw. Send a new Discord link in chat, please. I'll do that in a moment. In a moment. I just want to catch up real quick. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all of you greed big gods in the sky. I'm so happy he's gone. You didn't get your life to go about murdering. God dang, this guy's really taking that duck thing seriously. I'm probably gonna goon after the stream. As long as you keep it to yourself and not share any details, you know, you do you. Can you make a psychopathic SpongeBob from the Sponge Bash? There's a sponge. Hold up, I have to look this up. Sponge Bash. Sponge Bash. Sponge Bash resignation incident? What is this? Sponge Bash creepypasta. I don't know what that is. That's hilarious. Can you make a Oh, you just said that. I still say stupid things. Man, it's been so long. Literally, none of you were there So you probably don't know what I'm talking about. You probably don't know why I'm all excited that Cinema Clown is here. But seriously, man, from the very beginning, like episodes 2 and 3 or whatever it was, he's been around since the very beginning. I still remember the song off the top of my head. It's the Cinema Clowns and Friends show. Something, something, blah blah blah. Like I still think about that. That's hilarious. What's your favorite scary movie? Uh, I love Child's Play 1988, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974. I love the first Scream, uh, Midsummer. Um, just a few. You can't work on every project all at once. That's something I do a lot. That I just kind of do. I work on like a bunch of projects at the same time, and sometimes that's successful, and a lot of the times it isn't. Um, but yeah, I'll work on like a bunch of projects all at once. I'll shoot like four different craft videos, one after the other, after the other, after the other, and I just work on them, and then they come out week after week after week. Can you make more Alley Star Wars parodies? That would be funny. Somebody outside just made a weird sound as if they were taking a dump. Like it was like, "Whoa, there's a video called SpongeBob. Oh man, there's a video called SpongeBob Rob Bare Ass. It's a SpongeBob parody. I would love to see. I know that, I know that video, but I don't know how I would make them. I have ideas. I've thought about how I would make them. Could you try to make another SpongeBob character parody or creepypasta version crafts like more crap? That would be a funny one. The one I really want to make is Squidward Suicide. Or no, you said right there, Red Mist. That would be a fun one. Now that we're on the topic of gut ducks, once you finish making the yellow guy puppet, can you make a Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared duck puppet? Like I said, I don't really watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, so I'll have to do a lot of research. Make the demon SpongeBob. Are you talking about that vampire looking one? Midnight Massacre. Make an Ash Williams SpongeBob. That would indeed be groovy. I can do an almost perfect Stitch voice if you ever need that for some reason. That's a voice that a lot of people can kind of do. I've noticed like that meat wad voice. Is felt a good material to make clothes for figures and dolls? It really depends on the. It really depends on the size of the clothes that you're making, and it depends on how much articulation you want, and it depends on the type of felt. Because felt can, if you sometimes felt can be on the thin side and it'll tear apart real easy, or it bunches up because it's really really thick. I'm sorry, I got quiet because the kids outside were just talking weird, and I was just trying to figure out what they were saying. But yeah, felt is an okay material to make clothes for figures and dolls, but it's not the best. It's cheap and it's relatively easy to work with, but it's not the best. Like if the figure you're gonna make is just gonna stand still and be on display, you know, that's fine. But like it has the tendency to I don't know, just bunch up or there's a lot of problems with inherent problems with felt. Please don't delete any of your arts and crafts or kitchen fails. SpongeBob variation of every horror villain would be hilarious. Stop killing ducklings. They weren't ducklings in that video. Just for the moment, or for the record, they weren't ducklings, and she had a reason to. God, that's one of my big pet peeves is that like nobody really. Sammy knows what I'm talking about. Sammy knows what I'm talking about. That duck thing, people didn't really pay attention to what it was about. I'm not saying that to sound like a jerk, but it's like people there are people saying like, "Where's Jay in all of this?" And I'm like, like the beginning of the video, you see the lemonade stand says Jay funeral funds or whatever it said, funeral fundraiser, whatever he's dead. Like that's where he is. He's dead. That's why she's trying. She has the stand with the funeral funds and the. That's why he's not in it. Like, god damn. Like I thought that would be like a. I thought it would be fun for people to watch that and like pick up on the clues and like piece together what was going on without being outright spoon fed what was going on. But man, just a lot of people seem to miss it. And maybe that's my fault. It's like maybe it was like too trying to be like experimental, but god damn, that was like one of the more disappointing things about it. I'm glad people liked it, but man, it's just it seemed like a lot of people didn't really want to play the game of like putting everything together and piecing together what was going on and looking for the backgrounds and that sort of thing. Like that would have been so fun. I'm glad it was as successful as it was for me, but man, that was one of my big disappointments that people didn't really, you know, really look at it, look at the bigger picture. Life's been low key rough, very rough, and I've only been told to suck it up by most people, but you've kept my spirits up, so thanks for that. I feel you, man. I definitely feel you. Um, life is legit rough, man. I'm not even gonna go into detail what's going on with me behind the scenes, but yeah, man. Yeah, and a lot of people they just tell you to suck it up, and it's like, man, I don't want to suck it up. I want to talk about it. I want to express myself. And these people are just like, oh, suck it up. It's annoying. People don't really let people. I know it sounds weird coming. Sorry to break character for a moment, but there are too many people in this world that don't let you know other people express themselves emotionally. And man, you keep that inside, that's gonna eat you alive. It's ridiculous that people think. It's ridiculous that there are people that think sharing your emotions is like weak. Motherfucker, it's called being human. You gonna send that server link in the chat? Oh, I already forgot. You inspired me to make a cheap puppet for myself. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Glad you're pursuing art. And that's the way I said that sounded sarcastic. No, I mean it. I'm really glad you're pursuing art. Wasn't one of the posts referencing that movie Sallow? Yes, it was, and I'm so glad somebody actually knows what that is. I'm sure the cinema clown knows what that is. I think people were really expecting something different from what you made, so nobody saw the little things. If you have the time to make stuff, will you make an Allie and J figurine made out of polymer clay? I'd like to, but the problem is their heads. Like, how do you make their eyes? I've tried to make 3D models of them with clay in the past, and it is really hard because their eyes, their mouth, like, where would their mouths go? Like, they don't have necks, they don't really have chins. I don't know how their eyes would fit on a three-dimensional plane. Like, it's just weird. Somebody much more talented than I in 3D, sculpting or just sculpting in general would have to do that. If you make Sponge Rob, you could just go through the cheap router, or just go to the. Bleh. If you make Sponge Rob, you could just go through the cheap route, just print out cheap. I don't think it was too experimental. I think it just would have been more noticed if people knew what they were getting into. Yeah, basically, oh boy, you're gonna start a flame war now. Basically, Allie hurting these ducks. Can you make a short with all the SpongeBob puppets? I'll have to plan something. I agree with Bubby Melon. He is right. We should not kill ducklings. They weren't ducklings, but okay. And she had a reason, damn it. I'm a playwright. I have to let my heart bleed out. Yeah. Alan and Jay look like bootleg South Park characters. I don't know. Their eyes are like different shapes. I might have mentioned this in the server, but I would like to see a cheap episode about chocovores. I think you're talking about those cereal things. Make their eyes flat and 2D, I guess. Thank you for the how to make. Thank you for the how to pretty fun videos for real. I hope you gain 1 million subscribers because you're an underrated artist, and I would like to see my character William the Sponge join the channel. William the Sponge. I see you as an inspiration because you've shown me that art can truly come from anything and that a degree isn't necessary to create. Yeah, man. I'm so sick of I'm so sick of these snooty snobby types that are like, oh, they think a degree is what defines an artist, or they think a piece of paper defines an art. Well, I guess it kind of does in a weird way, but not you know what I'm trying to say. I'm so sick of people that just suck the fun out of art, man. You know what I mean? Like they act. I'm so sick of these people that go around thinking there's some kind of mathematical equation or a scientific formula that dictates what art is. Scott Cawthon. I don't know who that is. I'm afraid to look up. Video game developer. He looks like a best known for creating Five Nights. Oh, Jesus. Still waiting for a link so I can join the server. Can you make a remake parody of sponge tusk cooking with hand eyes? I have to look that up. Sponge tusk cooking. Am I reading that right? Sponge? Is there a typo there? I'm not sure. Oh man. Oh, my knee. Oh man. If you hear me just making weird noises, I'm just readjusting in my in my seat. Ugh. I've blah, blah 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 blah. I think I just had a stroke. It's pronounced. Okay. I've definitely been through a lot in the art community. Hell, my idol, someone I won't name because he's a good guy overall, crushed my dreams by making one decision, which I can't spell out here. Oh. Yeah, man. I'm so. When I was a kid, I was so sick of like how other kids like took art, how do you phrase it? When I was a kid, nothing bugged me quite like when kids would think there was only one way to draw something. Like I know what I'm about to say is gonna sound like I'm, you know, trying to be a good guy or whatever. I'm not trying to sound like that. I'm just saying uh it really annoys me when people go out and say this is a terrible art style. This art style sucks. This is ugly. Blah blah. And I'm just like, according to what? I'm not saying this to sound like this nice guy, but I'm being dead serious. I don't think there's any such thing as a bad art style. What is a bad art style? What defines a bad art style? That is so annoying to me. I don't understand that. There are going to be art styles you don't like. There are going to be art styles that you don't care for, you know. But what is a bad art style? What is an art? What is a bad art style that like, oh, you shouldn't draw in this style? Like, says who? Who are you? You're a guy just like you're an artist just like me, just like anyone else. Like, who are you to say any of that sort of thing? I don't get it. Have you seen Smiling Friends? I have not. I'm not into that kind of thing. Into that kind of show. I first saw your YouTube channel. It all started of the KFE episode. Um, Allie watches Ghost Car is what it was called. The real ones remember Denotin Films. It sounds vaguely familiar. Vaguely familiar. The cartoons on my channel were pretty bad. Man, there was the one where it was like the two kids and like the razor. I'm not even gonna go into detail, but um, it was creepy. I'm not. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I was a kid, that genuinely creeped me out because they were speaking German. I didn't know what they were saying, but they were just like flopping around and like there was a razor and uh, in so many words they were cut and they just I think some other character I think I forgot what happened, but it ends and they're all smiling and it was creepy. When I was a kid, that was legit creepy. And I don't think I ever told you that, but it genuinely creeped me out. But in a good way, I liked it. Since mentioning The Wizard of Oz a while back, have you thought about making SpongeBob and supporting character dolls as the character? That would be a funny idea. That would be pretty funny. Some of my least favorite videos on YouTube are from artists with degrees who try to use that fact to crap. Yeah, I hate that, man. I can't stand that. I don't understand these videos where some, fat white nerd in glasses with a hipster haircut's going around like, "Oh, this art style is terrible and here's 5 reasons why." It's like, "Screw you. You don't know nothing about none of your sissy school degree. You don't know you don't know anything about anything." What do they teach you at your little sissy school? If you get that reference, I'll send you $5. But yeah, screw you. You don't know what you're talking about. Man, that bugs me. This art style is horrendous, all caps, you know. And they go into some bogus mumbo jumbo going on for like 30 minutes talking about, I don't know, trying to sound smart by using big words to describe something that really is not all that complex. You can just say it, "I don't like this art style." But no, you have to try and sound like the smartest one in the class or the smartest one in the room using a bunch of big words to poo-poo on somebody's art style. Bugs me, man. I can't stand people that do that, man. Just let the artists do their thing, man. Why do you have to? I mean, you can give constructive criticism, but there are those people, man, that just they just have to feel smart. They just have to feel like They don't care about improving anything. They only want to sound like the best artist in the room. At least that's my experience when I was growing up and people that I was around. What if Exploshi made a cheap cartoon show parody animation? I don't know who that is. Ghost Car isn't the only Kayfy commercial they made. They made one on a cliff. They made one on an ocean. They made friendly ones where it was like a guy in a teddy bear suit. They were funny. Real ones watched the Nostalgia Critic and AVGN. I met the AVGN. He was a nice guy. But yeah, I grew up watching Nostalgia Critic. I still watch Nostalgia Critic. I hope I meet him someday. He's seems like a cool guy. AVGN was a cool guy too. He was nice. I was surprised how short he was. He was really short, or at least to me. Uh, will you ever make your own horrific sponge doll or make an alley doll? I've made alley dolls in the past, but I don't know where they are anymore. I want to make a horror sponge doll, like a Leatherface one. My idol didn't even say my art was bad. He just made a decision that was basically putting a thick wall of bedrock in my path to my goals. Dang. The cinema clown. Thanks. That was what I was aiming for, trying to be fun and whimsical, but actually being kind of creepy. It was creepy. And don't tell me, but I still don't know what they were saying, and I kind of want to keep it that way because it's just kind of I like being creeped out like that. I'm gonna head out for the night. Some some scrap junk said. I live in California, and in my opinion, we have some of the best wildlife and coasts. Yeah, we have bears. Enough said. California. I mean, I'm gonna head out now. I love making hearts. Make coconut Fred. I don't know why everyone wants me to make coconut Fred. Like, why? Art isn't all about theories and you know what I'm trying to say. It's about the act of creating itself. Yeah, man. God dang. Do Invincible Bubble. Where's the Discord link? He's technically SpongeBob related media. You would just be using a real coconut. Oh boy. Coconut Fred is allegedly a SpongeBob. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is, but it's like, why do people want it? The show is awful. Like I've seen maybe one episode, and it's terrible. Like it's not funny. It's just a headache. Like watching it as a grown adult, it's painful, man. I can't even imagine being a kid and trying to watch that. Well, as a kid, you probably really like it because it's bouncing around all over the place and the cuts every 5 seconds. But as an adult, it's like, oh my god, it hurts. Oh, my back. It'd feel incomplete without him. Oh my god, we've been doing this for 2 hours. That was not the plan. SpongeBob into the Spongeverse when? I need a I need a really good idea if I'm gonna do a SpongeBob, like all of them all together. SpongeBob versus Happy Happy. Hold up, I'm trying to upload the me screaming chocolate rain as a short. Oh, I don't know if I should do that right now because I just uploaded a short like a few hours ago. I don't want it to feel like spam. When we blah, blah, I cannot talk. I don't know if it counts, but when will you make a what? Nissan Lamen Brazilian ramen mascot. I have to look that up. That sounds interesting. Nissan Lamen Brazilian ramen. I'm looking it up right now. Kind of looks like SpongeBob, sorta. Looks like kind of looks like Allie and Jay. If anything, kind of the way the eyes are kind of like Allie and Jay. Assuming I'm looking at the right thing, the eyes are kind of like Allie and Jay's with the they're like big like they're like big like round ovals with the black lines on top. It's kind of like Allie and Jay, except with a nose, big swollen feet. Oh, okay. I found no. I found the right one. I found the right one. I found the one you were talking about. It does look like SpongeBob. It does. It looks like it's like SpongeBob with a red nose and red boots. Ooh, I actually have to make that now. I actually do have to make that. I'm watching the commercial on YouTube right now. Hold up, hold up.
Não dá pra acreditar, meu. O comercial do Caminhão falando que é melhor que eu. Não, pausa. Fala que sério, meu irmão. Aqui
What
não,
is
pô.
this commercial?
Só eu me transformo em bolinho de camarão. Lasanha, hambúrguer, pizza, salada. O Caminhão não é de nada. Pelo qualquer receita. Não chora, só aceita. Caminhão pode ter respeito. Miojo de todo jeito. É perfeito. Continua, continua. Fala a verdade. O Caminhão deveria ter mais humildade.
Oh my god.
Aí tá bom. Olha esses sabores. Que pouco, coitado. Eu tenho muito mais que 10. Meu nome é ilimitado. Me preparo com salsicha, feijão e até molho. Pra ter certeza que eu combino com repolho. Nada mais. Sabores únicos. Campeão miojo. Para. Esse aí.
Olha, mano.
Eu sou sortudo. Nada mais. Vamos lá. Com salsicha, feijão e até molho.
That old dude's voice. God dang, man. You need a glass of water.
Campeão miojo. Para.
Listen to his voice.
Olho. Nada mais. Sabores únicos. Campeão miojo. Para.
Yeah.
Aí, repolho. Nada mais. Sabores únicos. Campeão miojo. Para.
Yeah.
Esse aí,
All right, what did I miss?
sou sortudo.
What did I miss? Can you... that old guy's voice.
O nome disso é miojo. Para.
Oh, yeah. What did I? All right, what did I miss? Can you make an episode where Allie and Jay show up in an episode of Monica's gang? Oh God. Now I gotta look up what Monica's gang is. Monica's gang. I'm guessing it's about a gang led by someone named Monica. I don't know what the hell this is. What in God's name is this? The Brazilian comic book series. Oh. I don't know. They look like a bunch of kids. I don't know what Allie and Jay would be doing around a bunch of Brazilian kids. Selling them I don't know, soccer balls. When are the bleh, when are the robot chicken arts and crafts coming, or is it on the back burner? It's kind of on the back burner because I have. Okay, here's the thing. I've started one of the crafts. I have all the pieces I need for the other ones except one. I think I said. Did I say there would be five or four in that robot chicken video? Either way, I have one mostly done and the parts and pieces for most of them, but I still need an idea for the last one. I know I'm explaining it kind of weird, but I can't remember how many I was supposed to make for that video. Sonic Plushie 56 planning to get a planning to get a McRib. I already had one. I got one a few weeks ago. It was actually okay. I just watched K-pop Demon Hunters at my sister's house last night, and I can't believe I keep missing it on these awesome popular. Oh man. Oh man. I you can keep that one. I That one seems like, I mean, you can tell me, like, that seems like the complete and total opposite of everything I would ever want. K-pop Demon Hunters, like, it just, I'm not saying it's bad because I never seen it, but it looks like something I would strongly dislike just based off my own personal preferences. Um, oh god, it just, oh my god, like I don't like the animation style. I'm not saying it's bad, I just don't like it. I don't. The voices are annoying. There is a really creepy sound outside right now that I hope is. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if that's picking up on the mic. There is a really weird sound outside that sounds like a bird getting slaughtered. Like it sounds like a weird. I know it's not. It has to be something else, but it sounded like a weird bird like screeching. I don't know if anyone heard that on the mic. What is that sound from the poop loop video? That's the nasty sound is from a Robot Chicken sketch. Look up Robot Chicken 90s, or no, what was it? Look up Robot Chicken, I think 80s toys. Oh man, now there's a bunch of people honking outside and people screaming. I think Allie and Jay will be kids in the episode cartoon, like how did you did in the South Park episode. MF Rule is going to bed, planning to get a McLobster. Are they bringing back the McLobster? I know that was a Canadian thing, but I didn't know they were putting it out in the
A Chewy order.
oops, putting it out in America. Will Jay return? Jay's gonna be in the next one, but he doesn't talk. He only whistles. I'm not gonna say the context of how he comes back or what he does or why he's whistling, but he comes back and he doesn't say anything. He just whistles. I don't think Jay's had a speaking line in about 2 years. Um, I'm looking up when the last time he said anything was in that Teletubby thing. Abrasive SpongeBob when? I'm not sure. Even for how dark the show is, Robot Chicken stop motion is honestly really impressive. I love Robot Chicken. CMB Animation is his. What's up? I don't actually know. I just remember the whole McLobster thing because my brother and I were talking about Mac tonight. Gooby Bob says hello. Yeah, Jay. Oops. Get rid of this. There we go. I think the last time Jay spoke was in March of 2024. That was the last time he spoke. March 2024. He was in the Vietnam. He was in the Vietnam vet episode and didn't say anything. He wasn't in the long legs thing for no reason. I'm just scrolling through all my episodes. He was in the game. He was in the board game thing, and he didn't talk. Obviously, he's gonna be in the next one, but he doesn't talk. Let me out of the basement. It's been 7 years. Oh man, I moved. Can you draw Allie in the Dandy's World stuff? Oh man, every time you ask me something, I have to look up what you're talking about. I don't know what that is. Dandy's World is. I'm guessing that's a game. When will Jay speak again? I don't know. It has to be something funny. It has to be a funny episode. I initially thought in the duck video Jay's funeral fund was for when Allie killed him in game night. Well, at least you noticed that. At least you noticed the funeral fund thing, and you actually tried to piece something together. You know, I don't know if you heard earlier. I was kind of ranting and raving, talking about, people just didn't really have fun analyzing the duck thing like I hoped they would. I thought it would be a really fun like kind of game for people to watch that duck thing and piece everything together and figure out what the heck was going on and just to have a lot of fun with the show don't tell way it told that story. But nobody seemed to. Nobody actually seemed to try to do that. I'm not trying to blame anyone for anything, but nobody really seemed to try for whatever reason. I would get comments saying stuff like, "Oh, where was Jay? What happened to Jay?" And I'm like, did you not read literally the first thing you see in that cartoon? The first thing you see is the lemonade stand says Jay's funeral fund. Like, how did you miss that? And it's especially irritating because like I get that people wouldn't get it right away, but I feel like there were plenty of clues, you know? I feel like there were plenty of clues to at least give you an idea. There are people still that say stuff like, "Oh, Allie, how could she kill these ducks?" and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I thought I was being fairly straightforward with the clues I was leaving. Uh, you got the J. Okay, I've never talked about this publicly. I've never really gone into detail about what the short is supposed to be about, but I might as well give some of it away. Um, so you got Jay's funeral fund in the opening, right? She's running a lemonade stand to run or to raise funds for Jay's funeral. So he's dead, of course. And then later, you see Allie killing all these ducks. You see a bunch of dead bodies at the pond that the duck rises out of. So there's a bunch of dead bodies there. Where the dead bodies come from? Well, the ducks killed those guys. And then later in the episode, or not episode, but later in the short, the duck says, "I guess we're not the only monsters. We're not the only monsters," meaning that the ducks are monsters. And Allie talks about, you know, just desserts. Allie talks about getting her just desserts. I'm no monster. What makes what you do any better than what we do? They're talking about killing, and Allie says, because I'm right. You're supposed to piece together that the Ducks killed Jay for whatever reason. They killed Jay, and Allie is taking her revenge, her just desserts. That's what that means. And she's getting her revenge. And the Duck is arguing, well, you know, like, you're killing things too. So how are you any less of a monster than us? Because they're both killing things. And then I'll leave it at that. You can examine I don't know if that's the right word, but you can watch the rest of that and piece together what the rest of it is trying to say. But that's the gist of it. And I was really, really, really shocked that nobody really picked up on that besides like Sammy and maybe a few other people. But if people did pick up on that, they didn't say it. They didn't say in the comments like, "Oh, I caught that." A lot of the comments were just kind of like missing everything. And I thought that was I'm not trying to put people down or make them feel dumb or anything. That's not my intent. I'm just saying like how did people miss what I thought were going to be fun and fairly straightforward clues? Um I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm angry. Um in today's episode people can't read. Well, I don't want to like I said I don't want to poo-poo on people that I don't want to poo-poo on people that didn't get it. And I don't even want to say that didn't get it because that sounds like a douchey way of saying it. But I don't want to poo-poo on people that like maybe weren't along for the ride. I'll say, but I did tell one friend like, "Hey, did you, all this? What pretty much what I just told you?" And her response was, "Well, I guess these days media literacy is just dead." And I'm like, "Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't want to sound like what I made was like this deep thing, but it was kind of like took me aback that people just didn't really get it or really try to get it. I'm not saying it's like the deepest thing on the planet, but that kind of makes it more strange because like I said, I thought the clues were pretty straightforward. But I don't know, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe I like I said, maybe I was too experimental with it. Um I'm gonna intentionally leave a comment on the video asking about Jay just to piss Boot off. That's hilarious. Grunt the creator says boo. I guess he ended up not going. I guess he woke up. Are you going to make a 1950s SpongeBob? That would be fun. The only thing I didn't understand at first was the ending of Ducks, but after I read the comments and learned that the tree duck said, "If it walks like a deck, if it like a deck, if it walks like a duck, then I understood everything." Yeah, that right there. If it walks like a duck, like that sums up what the cartoon was about. Like he says it. He says it right there. He, like, but nobody got it. So I don't know. I don't know. Like that's the strange thing. Like they spell a lot of it out. I thought, you know, but I don't know. Oops. I spilled my soda. That's what I get. So, oh boy. Uh, how old is 2011 Thundercats? If it came out in 2011, then too old because god dang that show looked miserable. How do you explain SpongeBob SquareNuts to family members and visitors if they see him and ask what he is? I just say that he came from a parody. I don't have to go into any more detail, and I don't want to because I don't want them to think that I actually watched that. I still haven't seen it. I said in the comments of the SpongeNob video I would watch it if this video got 1,000 likes, fully expecting that that was never going to happen. And then the SpongeBob videos blew up on me, and I ended up getting well beyond 1,000 likes on that video. Uh, but I never actually watched SpongeNob, and I don't want to, but I did make a promise. So, what if Allie met? I'm actually. He says, "What if Allie met Salad Fingers?" I'm actually planning a Salad Fingers parody, so stay tuned. I don't know why I just thought of this, but have you heard of Hello Neighbor? I haven't. Grunt the Crater, I woke up. Aw, dang. To be fair to people, I couldn't understand what the duck said at all until I read the comments. Yeah, I was worried about that. Like maybe it was too garbled. But that was another clue. That was another fun clue. That was another like fun clue in and of itself that admittedly nobody would get because the voice was so distorted. But Allie is voiced by Nitro Goblin in that video, and the one who does the voice of the duck that says "if it walks like a duck" is also Nitro Goblin, and that was kind of a fun clue in and of itself that they're both voiced by the same person. Like, if it walks like a duck, like yeah, I mean, it spells itself out. It's all there, folks. Like I'm not. It wasn't just weird for the sake of weird. There was a message that was trying to get across. It's all there. But I don't know. As long as people liked it. I already switching the robot chicken, but their pooping sound. But there's like many people that get drunk. What? Be hilarious. I thought. I thought the duck thing was supposed to be a Howard the Duck thing, and that's what threw me off. It was, it was funny. It was going to be the second duck that goes to the lemonade stand that she beats him. She beats over the head with a bat or whatever it is. Excuse me. That was supposed to be the female duck from Howard the Duck, but I changed it like last second because I didn't want it to feel like a Howard the Duck parody. I really wanted it to just kind of be its own world. I'm the only one who noticed the Jay's funeral fun but did not understand the rest of the video. Oh, no, no, you were not the only one that did not understand the rest of the video. That's for certain. I can promise you that. Um, the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen was a few months ago. Someone on DeviantArt posted Ali. Oh my god! I have to hold up. Hold up. Now I gotta look this up. The sad part is, I think I know who posted it. I won't get into any detail because I'm actually planning to make a video about this guy. But I have a fanboy who is really into Ali. Uh, and I'll just leave it at that. And he's really weird and kind of psychotic. If it's any consolation, I love the duck short, and it's easily my new favorite video on the channel. Hollywood SpongeBob versus two women. I'm afraid to ask what the context of that means. When you finish the SpongeBob's, are you going to do Patrick Star? Maybe. I want to get like an actual starfish, or at least a mold of one, and paint it. Terry and Clinch from SMG4 would definitely defeat Allie because she killed all the ducks. Every time you say something, I have to look up what you're talking about. But yeah, I think I know who made that Allie feet thing on DeviantArt. Because there was this guy who was a really big fanboy of Allie, and I'm talking like lol cow kind of obsession with Allie. I'm not even trying to be funny. and he was really, really, really weird. One time, sometime last year, I think around this time last year, I was at a art event. I was a vendor at an art show, and this guy DM'd the woman running the event, asking her, "Hey, is he really gonna be there? Is he really, really gonna be there, like in person?" Asking about me. And that would be fine if he was just a fan of mine who wanted to meet me, but he was not. He was a fan of Ellie. He wasn't a fan of me. Because you know why? He would send me death threats and rape threats. I'm not even joking. And I'm not going to go into detail because, like I said, I'm going to make a video about it, possibly. But yeah, he would send me death threats and those other kinds of threats uh, all the time, all the freaking time. The day you finish the SpongeBob series will feel like the end of an era. Yeah, I'm probably not going to stop anytime soon. There's no reason to. Why would I? Just go ahead and do them. Can you do the SpongeBob from Hollywood, the one who fight two women? I still don't know what you're talking about. Is that like something that happened in the news that I missed? Jay reminds me of Bob from Bob's Burgers. I can see that. I can kind of see that. Are you talking about the doctor? Oh, I don't remember. Why do you wear gloves? Because I was horribly burned in a acid accident. I was fighting a octopus once, and he threw me into a vat of acid, and my hands now resemble uh, gnarled roots. You had a stalker every day. You become more and more like a classic YouTuber. I've talked about this guy in YouTube community posts. I've talked about him before. He was the guy. Yeah, I've talked about him quite a few times in community posts, actually. This is the guy that sent me that death threat about, like, I forgot what it said. It was something like, if you don't bring Allie back, I'll kill him, referring to me. I remember getting a comment on that post talking about, are you sure this wasn't just sarcasm? Because it seems like sarcasm. I was like, motherfucker, you don't know. Trust me, I've dealt with this guy for years now. He's crazy. He would DM everybody I followed on social media. Like, he would DM everybody I followed on Instagram and followed me back and asked questions about me, talking about, hey, do you know if he's doing this and that? And he would just ask random questions about Allie as if she was a real person. It was like, ugh. It was in a TMZ video. I have to look that up now. I can confirm though that those folks that dress up in costumes on Hollywood, rather in Hollywood, like around the Chinese theater, that's true. Like, those people are crazy, man. I live in California. I'm not too terribly far from LA. Uh, I visit LA a lot. It's real. Those people are crazy. Those people are sneaky. Those people are crafty. They really are kind of. You have to be careful. I'm not even trying to be funny. You really do have to be careful around those people in Hollywood that dress up as the characters. And I mean, literally, they'll literally just, you'll be walking and they'll literally grab you by the elbow or the shoulder and say, "Hey, take a picture with me." And you'll take a picture with them, and they'll weasel money out of you. So it doesn't surprise me that there was a guy dressed as SpongeBob fighting people. There was a guy dressed as Freddy Krueger, like, a long, long time ago, that actually stabbed a dude with his glove. It sounds like a joke, but there was a Freddy Krueger on Hollywood, or on the. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired, but there was a guy dressed as Freddy Krueger on the Walk of Fame, asking for money for pictures, who stabbed a dude. Uh, you got to pull an Animaniacs and make fun of him. Will there be a Bobby Sponge tutorial from the bootleg movie Bobby and Bobo? I don't know what you're talking about, and I need to now. Bobby and Bobo. Oh, okay, that's the SpongeBob and Tehran thing. Yeah, I'm gonna make that someday. Unfortunately, I do know what Sonichu is. I'm not really gonna go into detail because I don't feel like vomiting right now. The only thing you're missing now is a television series based on your characters. You gotta pull in Animaniacs and make fun of them. Oh, I just said that. Dr. Creepy Clown made Rule 34 of Alley. I don't know if it went further than that. How is he doing, by the way? Wait, that was him? I thought it was Meat. Was that his name? I completely forgot about Dr. Creepy Clown until you just said his name. You see, I always thought it was, what was that guy's name? Meat? He had the shaved head and the big clown nose. Folks, you don't understand. Cinema Clown is talking about stuff from like a decade ago that literally none of you were around for back when I had like 200 subscribers. So if I'm just talking nonsense and you don't understand what I'm saying, that's why. But I thought that was Meat that made the alley art. I completely forgot about Dr. Creepy Clown. God, that's a name I haven't heard of or thought of in years. What if Cuphead and Mugman from Netflix's The Cuphead Show showed up in a SpongeBob episode as a cameo? That would be cool, but I wouldn't notice because I don't know what Cuphead. I know what it is, but I've never played it or watched it. Do you know about Alien Myth 64? Yes, I'm currently making Emo Bob. Oh shoot, did I just spoil that? I shouldn't have said that honestly. Thanks for my alley fan art you just reposted. I love getting fan art. It's really cool to see. It's really cool and humbling to see somebody draw your characters in their style. Like it's really cool. It's not just because oh it's fan art, but it's just cool to see your creation from a different point of view. It's cool. I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to bed. It's almost 1 a.m. for me. I'm gonna go soon too because I'm getting tired. I don't know if you can tell. Those guys remind me of those bootleg mascot suit characters in Times Square. Yeah, exactly. They're exactly like that. They're exactly like that. There's a documentary about those guys dressed up as characters in Hollywood. It's called Confessions of a Superhero. It follows like four people, I think. There's a Hulk, there's a Batman, there's a Wonder Woman, and I think there's a fourth one. I think. But yeah, those people are crazy, man. When I was a kid, I took a picture with a Chucky. It was a little guy, a dwarf dressed as Chucky, and I had to have him because it was Chucky. If I can find the picture, I'll post it. I'll post it in community posts if I can find that picture of me as a kid with Chucky on the streets of Hollywood. Seahorse Luigi. Did Jay ever care about Allie, or was it all just a plan to not have a board game? Wait, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting really tired. Did Jay ever care about Allie, or was it all just a plan to have a board game partner? The way I thought of it, it was supposed to be Jay legit wanted to play board games, but Allie being Allie, she just couldn't help being like horny and coming up with bad sex puns. That's the way I thought of it. Like it was like a legit date night where they just played board games, but Allie took it 3 steps too far. That same guy that dressed up as SpongeBob was in a Jimmy Kimmel episode. Chris Chan probably smells so bad. Oh, what was your first clue? What was the first ever show you watched? I don't remember. Probably Sesame Street. The November 13th album of Stupid Fat. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. It is November. Yeah, we did pass November 13th. Look for the album on November 13th. Lots of music, videos, and extras. Well, you make an accurate Muppet puppet remake, and well, currently I'm working on. I don't know if I should say. I kind of want it to be a surprise. Currently, I'm working on a Muppet replica from uh, Sam and Friends. You can kind of hear him right now. I've got his head. Well, his head's mostly complete. You can kind of hear his. Obviously, you can't see it, but and I don't want to show it because I don't want to give it away. But yeah, I'm working on a head. It's paper mache. Um, I still have to paint it and whatnot, but I'm working on a Sam and Friends replica. I'm not gonna say which character. I don't want to give it away. Might have been Clown Meat. That was his name. We lost Dr. Creepy Clown to code. My God. Holy Moses. I did not know that. Hold up. I want to look this up now. I did not know that. Holy cow. I don't even know if his channel's still on YouTube. Didn't he have like a dentist gimmick? Dr. Creepy Clown. I want to say his YouTube name was Dr. Creepy Clown DDS. It was. I found him. God, I did not know that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Man, his last video was 9 years ago. 2016 was 9 years ago. Jeez. Man, that is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'd imagine he was really cool in real life. I didn't really talk to him all that much. I followed him because he was a friend of yours. Um, but we didn't really talk. I don't even think he necessarily was a fan of mine, which is fine. But like we didn't really talk all that much. But god dang, that's unfortunate. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. That's such his life, I suppose. Ah, well, Sam and Friends crafts before the new Muppet special. Yeah, SpongeBob from Hollywood SpongeBob reel. Will you make a Clayman figure from the Neverhood out of polymer clay or plasticine? I have to look up what that is. You should definitely get us restraining orders against the creepy bloke, man. He lives in Brazil. He's nowhere near me. Brazil or Argentina. Because I did some research and I was trying to, you know, be safe. Because if he's gonna DM uh, people running events that I'm gonna be at, asking if I'm gonna be there after making death threats to me, you better believe I'm gonna do some research and look this guy up. And he lives in like Brazil or something. He's nowhere near me. Did you hear about Thomas and Friends? Because there was a version of SpongeBob that was Thomas. I don't really know that much about Thomas and Friends. I didn't even watch it when I was a kid, so he loved Allie, referring to Dr. Creepy Clown. That's good to know. I didn't. I honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember on it at all. Like it's been well over 10 years. Maybe he did comment and like say stuff on the channel, and I just don't remember. It's been so freaking long. Doctor Cinema Clown here. You folks have to understand. He now that he's here right now talking, he's like the last remnant of how do you say it? He's like the last one. that's still around today, that was around back when the channel started. Because you have to think about it, the voice of Allie's completely different. Like the voice of Allie's different. I don't work with any of the voice actors I did back then. Leif's not on the show anymore. Like I've got way more subscribers. I'm not a kid anymore. Like that's an era that's completely like dead and buried. Cinema Clown being around now is like he's the last piece of like I'm getting jumbled. I can't make words happen right now because I'm so tired. But you know what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of the fans I had back then don't really comment anymore. Uh, for the most part, there are a few, but they're very few and far between. But yeah, Cinema Clown is like one of the last ones from back then, if not the last one. He was a reporter. Yeah, the Cinema Clown voiced a reporter. He's in the Monster. If you look up the okay, if you look up the episode where Allie turns into Godzilla, he's the reporter. I need to bring that character back. That's the problem with my show. When I started the show, I wanted it to be this inclusive thing. Like everyone was gonna be a voice actor on it. I wanted to have as many guest actors as possible, and I wanted to be this big collective thing. And I quickly realized that that doesn't really work as well as you want it to because not everyone is an actor. Not everyone has good recording, you know, ways to record. um, and it just doesn't work out the way you hope. Um, but yeah. So now, well, anyway, these days there's not really any guest stars on the show. Allie and Jay don't really react, or rather interact with anybody else. It's just kind of them two. It's just them. I've been getting way more into crafting after your videos, especially the Loch Ness Monster one. Right now, I'm building a Vox head for Halloween next year. I have to look up what Vox is. The only Vox I know was the name of Jimmy Neutron's computer, and I'm pretty sure that's not the one you're talking about. I discovered your channel around that horror spike in 2017. God dang, that was a long time ago. There's a very funny scene from the 12 Tasks of Asterix cartoon where Obelix goes crazy that has been stuck in my head for days. It cracks me up every time. I never seen any of the Asterix anything. I've never read the comics or seen the movies or anything. The only thing I know about Asterix, if I'm even pronouncing that right, is that's where that really catchy drinking song is from. That one. There are people outside right now arguing, I think. Get your fucking ass in the car now. Like that kind of arguing and slamming car doors. Um, sadly, that is kind of common where I live. Will you do Pingu? Probably not, because that's like a kids show. It's like a kiddie thing, and I don't really want to do kid projects. I don't want to draw in a kid audience. I think that's just my personal rule. Like, I'm not going to do anything from like really, really little kid shows unless it's like, how do you say it? Because I know I've done like Sesame Street. But the thing is, with Sesame Street, that's been around for so long that it exists. Like adults still like Sesame Street. If I do something like let's say Wubsy, like that's a kids thing. Like nobody knows that besides little kids. There's no like adult oomph there. You know, I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense because I am really tired. SpongeNob is weird to me. Really, SpongeNob is weird. I never would have guessed. Yes, and water is wet. Oh, Vox is from Has Been Hotel. Okay. When creating a custom figure or doll, should I make it from scratch or use a pre-existing Mego GI Joe? I keep saying Mego GI Joe Barbie doll or something similar as a basis. Oh man, it really depends on what you want to make. If you're making a character that like has human proportions, then just go off a pre-existing toy, just build off of that. That's what I do. It depends on what you're making, honestly. If you're gonna make like a Muppet character in action figure form or whatever, then maybe start from scratch. Like, oh, 9 times out of 10, I'd say just use an existing toy as a base, but it really depends um, on what you make. Are you gonna do Robot Chicken SpongeBob? I'm guessing you're talking about the Krabby Patties are made out of crab one. Maybe. Sponge Knob isn't weird. He's straight up disgusting. No wonder he wore gloves when making him. Have you seen the Toxic Adventure? I haven't. I've seen like half of it, and I saw half of it, and I got tired and fell asleep, and I never picked it back up. You should make Waldorf sock bat from Drawn Together. I get that request all the time, and I don't know how I would make them. I think it would be fun to make. I just don't know where I would start. I'm not saying like, I probably am gonna make them. I just don't know where I would start. The guy in the SpongeBob costume had to replace the. Oh, my dog's here. Hello, hello, hello. The guy in the SpongeBob costume had to replace the costume because of the fight where the girls ripped it a bit. Someone needs to make a real Krabby Patty made from crabs because nothing disgusting ever happens to a sponge. What SpongeBob you do next? I'm not gonna say exactly because I like when there's surprises, but I'll just say he's the king. Now there's a guy outside making really loud fart noises, and another guy is running, and he's going, "Bro, don't, bro. I'll tell you that right now." And they're like just having fun about it. So I guess there are people outside just crapping on one another. Talk about the robot chicken SpongeBob that he burns his hand. Oh, you're talking about the one with Gordon Ramsay. That would be fun because that one looks like he's made of felt. I'm off to bed. It's been great talking to you, man. I can't believe dude, you were the last person I expected to hear from tonight. That I am so glad to hear from you. I really am. I like we haven't you and I haven't talked in I don't even know how long, like ages and ages and ages. And like I said, you hold a special place in my heart because you were one of the earliest supporters of the channel from an era that, like, let's be real, nobody else is around, nobody else is left from that era. Uh, I mean, heck, I just found out that somebody from that time is gone, unfortunately. So hearing from you is like a nostalgic, like, tsunami, man. I was not planning to hear from you. That's amazing. Man, that is amazing. Having neighbors sounds insane. Oh man. Of all the places I've lived, these neighbors, um, I've had some bad neighbors in my time, and if I had to rank them, the ones that I live around in this neighborhood aren't the worst, but they have their moments where it's like, why are you? Why are you doing? Why are you the way you are? But then again, you have to take into account that I'm the kind of person that keeps to myself. Like I really just keep to myself and stay away from everybody. And maybe neighbors are supposed to be loud and rambunctious. For all I know, would you ever use a 3D printer? I don't know. I don't know because I don't like three. I don't like the way 3D printed things feel. Like I hate the little lines. I hate the way 3D printed things feel in my hand. Like I hate the feeling of them against my skin. I don't like the lines. I don't like the sounds 3D printed things make when they rub against each other. It's just not something I like the look and feel of. And then they're not very fun to paint because they got those lines. So it's like you can see the lines and it's distracting and you can't really paint it the way you want because of the lines. And I don't know. I don't know. That sums it all up. You should do the Chucky from the SpongeBob. You should do the Chucky SpongeBob from that one video you did. I should. That would be really meta and fun. How many Alley fan art you got? A lot. Quite a lot. I have a folder on my laptop here. Um, I have a lot. 'Cause bear in mind, I've been doing Alley cartoons for over 10 years. Like they've just accumulated, a lot. Uh, what was the last thing you've watched recently? I rewatched Murder Drones, but I still have plans to see Wicked for Good. The last thing I watched was Sallow, ironically. If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to explain it because it's something. If the Cinema Clown was still here, he would explain it. He's probably seen it. But the last thing I watched was Sallow. Loud and rambunctious sounds like a certain sponge. 3D printed texture is super weird, even if it's been. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I really don't like it. No, I don't. I hate it so much. Gummy Bear song parody. Oh man, I'd need an idea first. I've been getting back into the groove of making drawings again, so I definitely have to make alley artwork. Hey, Boot, one more thing. Are you gonna do more official SpongeBob dolls other than parodies, like the Quickster Goofy Goober SpongeBob? I know there was one I wanted to do. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. Trying to think. I wanted to do SpongeBob in the Mermaid Man suit. I wanted to do SpongeBob. Um, I know there's been a few, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh boy, I might hit the sack soon because I'm getting tired. I'm getting really tired. Like I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop streaming, but at the same time, it's like I am tired, man. I don't know what I'm gonna say because I know I'm just gonna start babbling. Like I'm not gonna make any sense after a while. Uh, Do Sponge Tom. Everyone always wants Sponge Tom, man. I don't know anything about Sponge Tom. I mean, I know what that is, but I've never seen that episode. It's like way beyond when I jumped off the show. So it's like it looks bizarre. I'm happy to see you streaming again, but I wish I didn't miss the beginning of it. There were three beginnings to this one, man. I had to do the stream like this is my third attempt because the first time the mic wasn't working. The mic wasn't working at all. The second time my internet crashed. This is my third attempt, and so far so good. It's been 3 hours. So, where is this? They actually got Weird Al to make a parody of the theme song for the episode. Dang. You should make Chucky Bob for Chucky's 30th anniversary or 38th anniversary. What is your profile picture? It's Ali. If you're talking about me, it's Ali as Shin Godzilla. There's an episode all about it. Just look up on my channel. Just look up what do you call it? The Monster, I think it's called. Why are you suddenly ignoring me? I don't remember seeing your comment anywhere. I'm scrolling and scrolling. I don't see you anywhere. There's a very funny scene of it. Yeah, I said that one. That was the last one you left, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just looked up. The last thing you said was asking about Asterix. I did answer that, so I don't know what else you want me to say. What was the weirdest SpongeBob beer ever made? I don't know. I miss seeing Weird Al everywhere in cartoons. I've heard he's in My Little Pony, which I've started with my brother, so I'm excited for that. What happened in the episode The Nasty Things? Oh man, I don't know why that I don't know why that made me laugh. Why is the screen black? Because I don't know how to put a funny picture on the screen when I stream. I have no idea how to do that. So my idea is that my streams are just the type. So when you watch, uh, oh man, I'm so tired. I can't make words happen. The way my streams are, I picture them. I picture them being like you just listen to them in the background as you go off and do other things. That's kind of what I. That's kind of the point of my streams. I think. Chuck from Angry Birds SpongeBob with a Mario hat image. Oh, that's what you're talking about, the profile picture. SpongeBob and Angry Bird parody videos. I don't know what this entails. I'm scared to find out. SpongeBob Angry Bird parody. I see one from somebody named Fun Video TV, and it looks pretty trippy. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. SpongeBob should have a part 3, and it should heavily feature the bold and brash painting. I'm really scared to ask why it should specifically involve a painting. What about a drug SpongeBob? I feel like I've done that. I think that's SpongeBong. Oops. Come on, go away. There we go. I remember the plush channel Super Sponge Dude. I've never heard of it. Can you make emo SpongeBob? That's one of my upcoming ones. That's one of my up. I don't know if it'll come out in December, but it should at least be ready for July. I think. SpongeBob Angry Pants by Bowser 12345. Is that what you're talking about? He doesn't really look. He just looks like SpongeBob. He doesn't look any different. I don't think that warrants a doll. So much stuff I grew up with are being mentioned. Don't hug me, I'm scared. Salad fingers and plush channels. The only problem is I don't know half of what any of this is. I never watched Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I definitely didn't watch any of those plush channels. The only thing I watched was Salad Fingers, and I didn't think I liked the first few episodes of Salad Fingers, and then it really overstayed its welcome for me. Like I like what it does, I like what it's trying to do, but I don't know. I guess it just got old really fast for me. Um, I don't. I liked when Salad Fingers was just kind of random adventures. I like that better than when it was trying to be like super moody and have an overarching story. Actually, no, I didn't answer that. I didn't answer that. I think somebody asked if you could have an overarching story for cheap, what would it be? And I don't think I got around to answering that. Um, if there was an overarching story for the cheap cartoon show, it would be. Hmm, I don't know if I should say because it kind of gives away something big I'm planning in the future. I don't know. I don't know if I can say because it's really going to give some stuff away that I'm planning. If I don't know. This isn't really the same thing. It's not necessarily answering your question. But if I could, I would make just one big story about Allie coping with death, like her own death, because she's such a bizarre character. She's so crazy and bizarre, and like doesn't take anything seriously. And I would just have something kind of showing her dealing with death in a way that you wouldn't really expect her to, like maybe being afraid, or I don't know, being afraid to grow up. I don't know. I feel like a lot of her, she acts the way she does. I don't know. Take a shot every time I say I don't know. What about you make SpongeBob ripped pants? Just make SpongeBob with blue shorts. that's that's it. I feel like that wouldn't be very exciting to watch. I don't know what kind of jokes I could get out of that. Oh man, oh man. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night soon. I am really, really tired. Wait, I'm just now looking at the thing at the side. I do love the occasional one-off episode cartoons, but overarching stories have really been speaking to me. Ah, it's hard for me. I've gone on record saying I'm not a TV guy. I don't really watch a lot of TV. Like I like my stories to be concise, you know? For me personally, I'm not talking about in general, but for me personally, it just it's really annoying. Like I want a concise story, and it's just kind of annoying when you sit down and you watch an episode of a show and ends and the story's not done and you got to watch four more episodes for the story to be kind of done. And you know what I mean? Like I'm just talking about me. I'm just talking about how I am. Uh, that's why a lot of the cartoons I watch are just one-off episode, you know, those kinds of things. Like I love The Simpsons, I love SpongeBob, I love Robot Chicken. You know, the only animated show that I've ever liked with an overarching story was F is for Family on Netflix. I love that show, and ironically, I loved that show because of the overarching story. That was an amazing show. I like Moral Oral too, and had an overarching story too. So I guess two. There were two shows I really liked with overarching stories. Get some rest. You could continue to stream tomorrow. Yeah. Who who is this? Asks Andric7058. Uh, well, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you have the capacity to click on a stream and see the name, I feel like you can kind of answer that for yourself. Just see the name of the guy streaming. And with that answer, I'm going to head off to bed. I'm not going to answer that question because I'm going to go to sleep. Um, Best of luck to you, Andric. It sounds like you have quite the mystery on your hands, and I pray you get your answer soon. With that, I've been Bob Smith. I am going to go to bed now. Um, I am so tired. I am not making any more sense. If I had to, before I leave, I have to. Man, I can't even make words happen, boy. Before I, um, before I go, I'm gonna give a word of advice, like always. Um, Shoot, I don't know. I'm trying to think of words of advice. Never use hot wax to soothe enraged lobsters.